Flapper Girl. But also, I'm seeing, depending on how you colour in, have you seen a movie called Dancing with Wolves? Kevin Costner?
Yes, of course.
Yeah?
Of course.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Such a good movie.
19...
So to me, it's got, you can achieve that sort of mystical, magical, Native American as well.
Exactly. It has got that, you know, these images, and that's a very good point, Janice, is that the fact that you can see the more that you play with them, the more that you see them, you will see different people, different styles, different, you know, exotic places, holidays that you have been. You know, if somebody is that you know that is into, you know, Native American stuff.
Dream catcher. Imagine having that as a central, the top image of a dream catcher and the feathers coming down, because you do get the peacock feathers included in this as well.
Yeah, you do. So basically, I'm adding some red highlights, so you can see that now has got a little bit. But I want to tone them down, and then I'm going to go with a little bit of a dark color.
There you go.
Yep. And then just gonna put like that. So see how, and then it's taking place. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. So that's starting to come to life now.
Come to life.
But you can totally customise. So whether you want to have blonde hair, could be red head, could be brown, sort of brunette.
Yeah, you can. Now I want to do the headband a little bit red, pinkish. Yes. So you can colour in, you know, as you wish. And I'm not going to finish it off because I have one already made, and I want to do the feathers as well. So now then I'm going to go, but what I would do is with a very fine liner, I would give her the eye, you know, that's kind of the eye there, and then just create those lines. Yeah. And then it makes
all of a sudden it's come to life.
You can see how suddenly the eye. So basically, then you have got a finished one. Now what we have done here is adding with a white pigment pen and just add those highlights in there.
Would you add any detail to the lips? Would you break that up, or you would leave it as?
You know what you can do is you could. Oh, I'm not going to. Well, I'm going to do it. Oh no. Well, let's do it and then put a little bit of the Nouveau crystal glaze.
Oh, now
and
that's
that
nice.
Has got
a
lip gloss.
Like it.
In there.
Okay.
All right, so we have got her. Now, I want to show you the dye, how it comes. So we have got, that's her, but also we have got those 4 different feather dyes in here.
Now these can be used just by themselves to create something. By themselves
if you want to. So first, I'm going to take the smallest one, and I'm going to take a piece of white card, which is in here, and then just run it through my machine. Now these ones, they're just so pretty, so delicate, so tiny, and just perfect for adding those corner details. Sometimes, you know, if you want to use a little bit something different from flowers, or you know, or from you know, like butterflies, feathers are equally as beautiful, equally as delicate. If you have got, you know, look at that.
Wow.
Look how beautiful.
That is such a really nice. Do you know, even having that as an image, if you know somebody likes their angel cards or anything like that, imagine having that just a little bit of detailing by itself inside.
Oh, yeah. And what about these ones, the peacock ones? You can make a wreath out of them.
Wow. See,
so you could make it, the possibilities really are endless. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the peacock feathers.
Peacock feathers, they're so bright and vibrant.
They are.
As it is.
They are. And then it's just going to do the other ones as well. More or less, I'm not going to be that careful, but I'm just going to add some color in there. And then I'm going to go with a little bit of blue in here, and then just going to mix that all up in a bit. So then take my yellow in there and just blend it in.
You get that lovely green.
So then it kind of blends in, and you can see how beautiful it starts to come in. So just going to do like the same thing in here, and then I'm going to add a little bit more blue in there, and that's how quickly, and you can just add that. So I have got that one, and that one is going to go in here. So see, you can see where everything goes in there.
Lovely.
Now I'm going to do the blue one here. Now I forgot how the peacock feathers are. Where is the blue one in the center?
Yeah. I think. Okay, just to let you know, while Paolo's doing this, I've had a little bit of an update. So we're at 80%. I told you we're approaching 80% of the stock. We're now at 80% of the stock. We're 40 minutes into the show. We are very close to entering limited stock territory. So we're 10% away from that. Once we do enter limited stock territory, you'll notice things move on apace. This is the last live hour where you get to enjoy this fantastic collection of boho girls brought to you by Tonic. You're getting a great saving, £17, and hopefully in this hour, one thing that I've really taken from as a crafter, if you want to add something totally different to your collection, but each of the girls really have their own character. They tell us stories. They add a different dynamic, whether it's your card making or you want to add it to mixed media, artwork for the home, maybe an embellishment to a box or a gift bag, you can do that. So you're working with all 4 of these fantastic girls. You can see the strength of each design. It's very versatile, different, and you can totally transform each of them, change the hair, change the colourings, change the style, go for a vintage look, go for something that's really bright and vibrant, go for something that's maybe a bit more elegant or a bit more subtle. You've got that scope, and you've also got the flexi payment option, £17.48, breaking your payment into 2, and you're still saving £17. 217-739, your item number. Just giving you fair warning, we are busy for this last live hour with the fantastic boho girls.
So I'm just keep doing like that. It doesn't look much when you start mixing the colors, but the more that you blend them in, the more that those colors come together as well. So you just go over them, because they are alcohol-based markers, then they kind of blend. And they are feathers.
Something
so
like that. Glitter would work well as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is this? Here I have got, so you can then add some of the glitter Novo markers, and instead of the white marker, you can just go add, and look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
There. So what we are going to do is we are going to glue them together. The pieces. So this is just a scrap piece of paper now. So I'm going to take my Nuvo glue and then add a little bit of that. Now, of course, if you are a color-inner with alcohol markers, and you know, at home I will go a little bit more careful with these ones. You can go with much more detail and just look at the feathers from, you know, pictures, and then you can kind of completely the right colors. But I just like that sort of just kind of ethereal look, of kind of whimsical look, rather. Whimsical. Yeah, you know.
Mystical.
Mystical. Yeah, exactly. You were saying that, you know, they have got
Dreamcatcher, maybe.
Dreamcatcher. So you get in this set you get 5 dice. The lady herself plus the 4 feathers.
See, if you did want to build up a composition, when we're sticking with, and you've got so much scope, so whether you wanted to create a 1920s flapper girl, at the moment the direction Paola's going, it has got a bit more of a spiritual feel to it. But how about this? So with Native Americans, you kind of associate them with spirit animals. If you already have an existing die or stamp featuring maybe a wolf or something like that, you can have her and then maybe a wolf in the background.
Yeah, that would work really well, wouldn't it? Now, what I'm going to use is I'm going to layer her into the Easel Creator scent of die. So you do, when you die cut it, well, it's kind of, you have to, so you will have, it will cut all the shape around here, and then you have got the option.
The detailing.
So basically, let's show you whatever. So you die cut it, and you get the solid one, and then if you go run it through another time, you are going to get that intricate detail.
Can I just, to be clear, so this die effectively will make an easel card?
Well, it will do one part, and then you die cut it a second part.
Yeah.
You trim it off this element here, and then what you do is you place them like so, and you only put glue here, so you're going to see it. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. So you put only glue in there here. Yeah. Place the topper here. I mean, this is the easiest way.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have got a easel card.
What? So, effectively, 2 swipes through our die-cut machine, and we've got everything you need to make an easel card.
Exactly.
Rather than scoring and measuring and cutting. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna glue the base so it's not like the lace effect floating away.
Just say the easel die comes with another die as well. So you've got your Victorian frame and your easel creator. $44.98 is your freedom price. That's your delivered price. I'm just going to show you what you're actually getting. So you're getting both dies. They're large dies, extremely usable. So you have got that 10% freedom discount, $49.98 if you're not a freedom member. The picture doesn't really do it justice. They're large dies. The fact that you can make your own easel cards. If you've never made an easel card before, this is the fastest and easiest way to do it. Do not have to worry about measuring, scoring. You've still got all that beautiful detail, and it lends itself with any of your existing stash.
And also in that easel creator, you get the bow, which is a perfect. So it's a one die. Yeah. So what I've done is, so that's what I cut. So then you just wrap it around it, or that is how I do it. You wrap it around it, and then you just fold those bits in here. Now, the best way is a hot glue gun, so it's the quickest.
That is super clever.
And then you just glue it there.
It's the perfect bow as well.
Yeah, the perfect bow. And then...
I mean, that in itself, to have that, you'd be using it all the time.
Yeah, indeed. It's one of those ones that is just such a pretty bow. One pass, and you have got... Now I'm holding it together, so it kind of glues together. And then that makes the perfect little stopper in there. So I'm just going to put the bow in there. Just put a little bit of hot glue in there. And then just hold it together in here.
And I love the detail at the bottom here.
Yeah.
That's stunning. Paola, so we've just created our own easel card using the easel card maker, the fantastic Ava from our boho ladies. That's phenomenal. Look at that. And the beauty of, I know we're focusing on the boho ladies, but for me, I'm so impressed with that easel maker because all of a sudden now, all the dies and toppers that you have, you can make easel cards within minutes.
Within minutes, without any having to measuring up or anything. And then you have got the beautiful bow, bow, and also you have got, obviously, those layering dies to use as well.
Stunning. So we're focusing at the moment on a fantastic collection of boho girls. So I say girls, ladies, apologies. And we've also got the easel card maker as well, which we're taking a look. So you've got the easel creator and the Victorian frame. $24.99 if you want to take advantage of the flexi payment. 730-637 your item number. Can I just say, with that easel creator, now I know you're also getting the Victorian frame, but if you want to create easel cards, if you've maybe been worried about it in the past, or the measurement and the scoring and the faff of doing it, and that's the thing, it does take a little bit of time, that die will be used again and again and again. We've also got more though. The stamp platform, it is back in stock, everybody. Good news. So if you did miss out last time, you can, because it's sold out. We are busy for our Tim Holtz stamping platform. You're saving £8, $24.99. And you are getting a phenomenal stamping platform. It's durable, it's well made. You can work on it with your thinner polymer stamps, but also your thick red rubber stamps. You're just turning it around, and you can throw so many different techniques at it. So good news, it is back in stock. 016-182 your item number, saving £8, $24.99. So we're looking at this fancy collection of Tonic boho ladies. What you've got, it's the first launch from Tonic this year, and they are really starting as they mean to go on, giving you innovation, dies that you will use, but something that's fresh, something that's different, reinvigorating your crafting stash, because there is no point getting something that you already have kind of something kind of similar to. Each of the ladies included in this collection offering you something different. They've got their own personality, their own character, and it really comes through, and you can see it here. We are over 80% of the stock. This is the last live show. We are really close to entering limited stock territory here. You're saving £17. You've got two flexi payment options of £17 and 48 pence. And if you're wondering why this has been so popular, and it really has, we had an extremely busy hour earlier on at 12, this is why. So just going from actually, this is Ava, who we were working with in our demonstration. Now look, when we talk about versatility, so Ava at the moment here, to me, total 1920s flapper girl. That's elegant, classy, it really evocative of an era, but same die, you've suddenly got a totally different feel here. So to me, and this is playing off of the inspiration that Paolo was just making, it's a bit more mystical. You've got like a dream catcher feel about it, and you have got these individual elements with the peacock feathers that you can layer up. So you could make your own dream catcher. What if you wanted to change the colour palette again? Transforming the look. You see, from here to the flapper girl, totally different. And that is the beauty of this whole collection. But also, not only are you changing the look, it's the actual designs. All the designs are hand-drawn. They really speak to you. They've got so much personality, giving life to the eyes. That is a very strong image. Right, so that's Ava. Now, we've also got Camellia, who I'm going to show you right now. Now, Camellia is, again, what really struck me. Look, this is Camellia in a very simple form. You can see here, that's just using the dye. So using the dye, a bit of layering, just to add some life to the lips and the hair, but that is not a hard card, or tag I should say, to make, but such a strong image. If you wanted to snip here and here, you can take away that line there, but I kind of like it. It gives form to the cheeks. Same dye, different feel. So now we've gone for a little bit more subtle, pastel, muted colours, or if you wanted to embrace something a bit more vibrant, a bit more fresh, you can do that. And you can see the real strength of introducing colour into the face. Or if you wanted to just go for very simple, to me that's got a little bit about the South Indian Sea about it. I don't know, just me. Strong image, really strong, that profile image, but allows you to embrace so many different looks. And that is the strength of this whole collection. Again, working with now, introducing a bit of matte and layer, so there's a bit of mirror card under there to give that glint, and it just catches. That's nice. It's subtle but so effective. You put whatever statement you want there. It could be friends, it could be niece, it could be maybe just thinking of you. Very nice card. All right, popping that down. So we've seen two of our ladies. We've got two more to introduce you to. Now we're going on to our Mariposa. So Mariposa is butterfly in Spanish. But again, such a strong image, different. Do you see how each of the boho ladies have their own personality? So whether you want to introduce the gilding flakes, or maybe, that's nice. Could paper piece some colour into the hair, which we showcased in the previous hour at 12, if you want to watch it on Rewind. Going in a different colour direction. This is actually another inspiration that Paola made. Now, using the holographic card there, how cool is that for the glasses? I think that is really, really cool. But also, look, that's just working on craft card and then introducing the glasses there, a bit of colour here, and then allowing the splash of colour from the butterflies. Similar type of card, using actually the easel creator to really embrace the thing. But what these images do now, whichever of the ladies that we're featuring here, they're strong enough to stand by themselves. They'll work together. You can throw different techniques, different looks at them as well, and you can use them for your card making, but also they scream for your mixed media, for your artwork. Now, this is Jasmine. This is our final lady. And you see, now Jasmine got a little bit of Eastern Promise, Oriental feel to her, but if you do snip the hair, and it's something that Paola was saying, here's an example of Jasmine used just a simple form, elegant on a box. You snip the hair here, and all of a sudden you're giving her a childlike feel. So she's got that scope. Could really embrace, now here, the Oriental feel. Or, coming back here, snipping the hair away, and suddenly you've got the childlike feel. You've got that scope, you've got that option, because Tonic as a brand, and I know we've got so many fans of Tonic out there, just going to pop this down. What Tonic do, now let me just discuss this, and it's an important point. Tonic make dyes for crafters, from crafters. This is designed in-house. It's hand-drawn. I've got to let you know, we are approaching limited stock. We're so close. Next time you hear me mention this, I'm going to be calling limited stock. We're busy. Last live hour, £17 saving. You've got a fantastic collection that will work. You can use these to create some instant artwork for your home. And can you imagine on canvases, individual canvases, having these displayed together? That would look fantastic. Take advantage of the flexi payments. It's £34.96, or if you want to go for the flexi payment, it's £17.48. Right, now we've got more goodies for you. So we got the easel creator as well. Just to say, with this collection, to give you the item number, 217739 for this fantastic collection of tonic boho, ladies, and you are saving £17 there. So we have got more for you. We were talking about the easel creator. So this is the Victorian frame and your bow easel creator. You are getting the bow, which Paola showcased. I mean, fantastic bow just at the bottom here, but you're also getting the easel creator, and it is such a stunning card. Now, if you've ever been somebody like me, whenever you see an easel card, you always look at it a little bit envious, like, that just looks great. So whether you've got some stamps that you love or dies and you want to breathe new life into them, rather than struggling to score and measure your own easel card, here, 2 passes through the machine, you're making the most beautiful bow yourself. That's included, so you are getting that bow. You've got all the detailing here for the easel card, and it is so simple to do. So all of a sudden, you get straight to the fun bit. You cut out, you've got the detailing for the easel card, you put whichever topper you like, or you can incorporate the detailing from the actual die. You're not restricted to just making easel cards, because you can use all that detailing. Again, this just solidifies versatility and value for money, because you've got something here that you can just use as a beautiful card in itself. And look at the bow as well. Now here, this is a nice example of using the bow in a different form. So rather than using the bow as a stopper, you're using it as a bit more of a feature. Isn't that the most beautiful bow? It's one piece. You're getting 34 dies in total. All that detail, and this is just one of the dies, and it is large. $44.98 if you are a Freedom member, so you're getting a 10% Freedom discount of $49.98. You also have, just to showcase, you've got the Victorian frame as well. This is the Victorian frame. If I whip this around, now, there are a few missing, just to say. It's coming up to here. You're getting 19 in total. Lavish detail. Beautiful die. It's a big die. So you're getting, I mean, metal for money there. All of that for $49.98 or $44.98 if you are a Freedom member. Right, so that's one option for you. Item number 730637. We've got a ribbon and bow and twirly frame as well, or swirling frame, which we're going to see. There it is. So this is your ribbon and bow and swirling frame, $49.98. You're saving £21. Your item number 674188. And don't forget the Tim Holtz platform. A stamping platform is back in stock, everybody. It's sold out, and for good reason, because you're getting it at a great price. And it is a phenomenal piece of crafting kit. $24.99 your price. As a stamper, have you ever struggled? Have you ever got to the point where you've been working on a project, you go for that final stamp, don't quite catch it, and you feel it's ruined? Well, here you will never, ever, ever have that problem again. $24.99. You can throw so many techniques at it. 016182, your item number, and you're saving £8. What are we doing then, Paola?
So we are going to die cut now Camellia. Camellia. It's the name. Camilla. No, that one, no. We are not doing that one. No.
Okay.
It's Camelia.
Okay. Yeah. So it is Camellia. There you go. You can see the details at the bottom of your screen.
So this is spelling bee now. Can't put it. No, I'm horrendous at that. Anyway, so I die cut it through the tangerine, or you can use, I mean, any machine that will take wafer thin dies or chemically edge, or this standard thickness of the thin dies. As long as the machine is about 5 inches in width. So usually the standard ones are about 6 inches or 8.5 for the A4. Now here we have got, look at this. This is going to put here and look at that, a green face, but just gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Look at
I see that looks good.
Yeah. So look at the profile, beautiful profile. Now what we are going to do is we are going to glue her on top of a card that is the same color. I mean, obviously you are going to. You can do this on a white card, but this one is a little bit. It's like kind of a soft brown sort of skin tone, and then we are going to use the Nuvo Aquaflows brush pens that should be on the website, and I'm going to be using a couple of colors plus the glitter gloss. So I'm just going to put her in here and just try to glue her as well as I possibly can. You know, if you prefer the back of the hand method just kind of works really well, or you can just use a spray adhesive as well. Now this is kind of impossible to see, but don't worry, you're gonna start getting a little bit of the features coming through. Now I'm using rustic oak, which is part of the autumnal set. I think it's woodland. This one is the wrong one. Sorry. The woodland set, and then I'm going to use I think this one is the rose, soft rose, which is from the spring collection. So I'm just going to dilute it a little bit, and then start at the ears or something that is discreet, you know, and then I'm going to shade it in there, and then just start adding that sort of color. Now having a soft tone kind of skin tone card allows it to be a little bit more how do you call it, more forgiving.
Yeah.
Because if you had a white and then I'm using quite a dark color, although I'm diluting quite a lot, it would, you know, if I made a mistake, it would show a little bit more. And then just blend it in as well, as much as possible. So there you go. And then it's subtle, but you can go in and add more and more detail if you want to.
Great there.
So I'm just gonna, now for instance, for the eyebrows, I'm just gonna go with the darker, you know, with more ink.
A little bit stronger.
And then a little stronger.
Perfect.
And then as well for the hair, and blend it in. Because here, although they are soft brushes, you have got, you know, a lot of concentration of color into the aqua flows. You know? And don't worry too much about the, you know, the colors at the beginning, and then just blend it in. Now if you want to add a little bit of a more tonal, like a little bit of reddish tone, just put a little bit of the soft rose in there. Always you can try it. See, can you see that the high concentration of color, even on the darker color, just adds a little bit of more of a kind of a, you know, just kind of that a reddish tone, a little bit more of a reddish, more warmer tone in there, and it builds up little by that. There it is. And then I'm gonna do as well on the eye in there. So now it starts coming in together. Now what would you do is color everything and then cut around it. Faster cut with the scissors. You can take the tip holes, and then because you have got that, you know, that edge in there, it's very easy to cut around her. All right. So then you will have this, and here the finished cut, well, the element has been even with the green aqua flows around it as well, and you can go in a little bit. I'm going to finish her eyes in here, and what I'm going to do is take my and look at the lips, just adding a little bit of shading with a little bit of the brown as well. And I'm going to take my what is my brush marker one? Oh, I put it, oh, here, I always hide it, and just adding a little bit of the eye as well. Can you see it's looking out? And then you can make it even do the eyelashes, because it's so fine.
Would you ever put like a little bit of a dab of glossy accent? Like
yes, I do. Crystal glaze. Well, so we do that last thing, if I remember, because it's like, you know. Now, what I wanted to show is like how you then. This is one of the silhouettes that Jodie had. I think it was just at the end of the last year. And then we are going to put some foam pads in. It
does show how well each of the feature dyes in our boho ladies play with maybe your existing collection.
Yes, it does. You know, Tonic is one of those things that I have to say that I'm very lucky working for Tonic, because that's one of the things that I always am extraordinarily you know how amazing it is that every collection works with previous collections, and you can mix and match, and you know that you are making an investment in quality products, but also styles and beautiful shapes that you are going to use and be able to use with future releases as well. So there we have her there. Just going to put it more or less like that. And then what we are going to do is the flowers that are coming also, the camellias.
Are stunning.
So you can then, I'm going to die cut a couple, and then you are going to, which color shall I go? Which color is your favorite?
This color is my favorite.
Okay, the coral.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to take two of them. Oh,
and that's, I mean,
take it well.
when you see these flowers, I can see the finished examples here, and the fact that you've got these elements that you can incorporate into the hair, but equally, if you just want to make a card just with the flowers, we feature. Actually, wait a second, I'll show you.
Is that one the purple one?
Wait. Oh yes, yeah, thank you. So have a look at this. Just using the flowers by themselves, they're strong enough, and there's a little mariposa butterfly as well. There we go. Lovely. Just to let you know, I called the fact that we were approaching limited stock just a moment ago. Let me pop that down. We are very, very close to calling limited stock on this one. We're busy. And once we hit limited stock, you will notice a profound change, because a lot of people, when they see that limited stock, like, and everyone starts getting things into their basket. Don't leave it up to choice or fate. Do not miss out on this fantastic collection.
Right. So what we out of the like, they come like that. It has got a little bit of an embossing detail. Yeah. Now, using the floral tool set from Tonic. I mean, there are others available as well if you haven't, if it's not in the stock or you don't have it. But I just press down and using the foam mat, and then that shapes them, you know, and it gives that more realistic effect. But then just layer them up in here, and then you can just put, you know, those smaller ones if you wanted to, and then a Nova crystal drop in the center, and that gives them the realism that, you know, is that realistic look. So then we are going to put a little bit of glue in there, and I'm going to just glue like that, and then layer that one up there, and then just going to layer them more. That, you know, the original design has got that 4 little areas, or rather areas, but you can just make it into many more flowers if you want to just add a little bit more in her hair. Now, you could use these flowers perfectly well with the other ladies. It's just a mix and match situation where you can...
That's stunning.
Yeah, and then...
So you can really build that as heavily as you like.
As you like. So sometimes you could put feathers in here. So, for instance, where I had these feathers...
Oh, from the peacock feathers.
From the peacock. So you could just put some feathers in there as well.
Yeah, that works.
You know, like from the carnival as well. So you can make it into a...
Hey, that looks good.
So, you know, it's a mix and match situation where you are the creator of her headdress. Yeah. Yeah. So there we have. Look at
stunning.
That. Look at that. How beautiful.
Oh, that looks so good.
Lucien's, who is the creator of the original one.
Can we put the thing on there?
And then I'm going to put, this is the aqua shimmer. Yeah. And this is just adds shimmer into the flowers. So I'm just adding a little bit of shimmer in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer in her.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah, and then lips.
Lips. Paula, stunning.
And then what we have done, well, Louis has done, is use those leaves in here, and on the matten layer, just use them to decorate. So then you have got a matten layer
the back. Yeah.
With the back. Isn't that just stunning? So I'm just going to glue, and look at that. So you just put that in here, and then you're just going to put those ones in here, and that little one in that corner in here. And there was double-sided tape. It's not a magical paper that attaches itself. And then just trim that bottom. So is it gonna put? Yeah, well, it is.
That's a good profit product.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Can you imagine a paper?
Magical paper. Magical
paper that attaches itself to.
Coming soon from Tom.
Yeah, coming soon. So you could do it all over if you wanted to, but I'm going to be going a little bit different in this one. I'm going to put it right in here, so it stands up on the side there. And I think I have made a 10th card, which was my intention. So yeah, 10th card. And then we are going to put that in there. It's such a
incredible.
This one looks to me. I never been, but the French Polynesia,
that's
like
exactly
Bora
what I was
Bora,
thinking.
you know, that sort of. And if you know, so my cousin got married recently, and she went for a honeymoon in one of these exotic places. Wow. And what about having this for a memory album? The first page of her, you know, honeymoon mini album.
The top of a box.
Exactly, and all the memorabilia. That's a brilliant idea.
That's something you'll treasure. Such a strong image. That is a work of art that you can employ in so many different ways. So whether it is the most beautiful card, it could be the most elaborate topper to a box, or maybe mixed media, or maybe artwork for the home. What you're getting is a die that's versatile. You can transform it depending on what kind of style, colours you introduce. And this is just one of the ladies from our fantastic Tonic Boho Lady collection. Last live hour of the show. We're coming towards the end of the hour. We're very close to calling limited stock on it. So if you hear me keep on going on, it's not that we're not busy. We are. We had a huge amount of stock on this. Right, let's go to the website and have a quick stroll. Everything you hear us mentioning is on the website. Now, if you did want to go for any of the boho ladies individually, you can. They're all available individually for £12.99. But the real value, the saving, is part of the collection. Look at that. You're saving £17. So normally you'd be paying £51.96. But today, special price, £34.96. Okay, so what we're featuring at the moment is such a strong collection, and strong, I think, is the best possible term for it, because you've got images that have the strength to stand alone, but equally they have the strength to be taken in so many different directions. So what I want to show you, let's start, actually, great example. So the inspiration that Paola just made with our camellia. Now, camellia lends herself, and this is actually something across the board, all the ladies lend themselves to being introduced with other elements, stamps and dies from your collection. Such a strong image. But what if you wanted to go a bit more simpler? You can. See here now, so no colouring in, just in the rawest form, portrait, a similar silhouette cameo, or if you really wanted to embrace some colour. Do you see how the versatility, the different looks? Such a simple card, but looks phenomenal. Maybe you want to go a bit more subtle, a bit more muted. You can do that. So that's our camellia. Moving on, we do have next our Ava. So let me pop that down. So Ava is, thank you. Oh, now, Ava could be mystical. This is this ethereal feel. Is that the sort of dream catcher type essence? Doesn't that look great? And it's the pose. I mean, it's quite striking how each of the different poses. So we went from Camellia, who's a portrait. Now, Ava, just looking back over her shoulder, it's the eyes. I mean, they're so evocative. They really do tell a story. The flowing, sweeping nature of the hair. So that's one look for Ava. But maybe you wanted to create a shaker card. So having a look, this is an example. The Paola, let me just give it a nice glowing look. What? So there's that, again, the strength, very simple, cut out, just in some quality cardstock, and you've got a great look. Maybe you want to go a bit more subtle, muted tones. You can do that. You've still got a really strong feel to it, but a bit more classy, a bit more vintage. Or if you wanted to embrace, love this. I'm going to show you two more, actually. I have to show you two more. So you can go Flapper Girl. Isn't that 1920s, totally different feel? If you look at the fact, let me just find this, sorry. So here, we've gone from very mystical, absolutely same die, to now totally different feel. So that's our 1920s Flapper Girl. Or then you want to inject some colour. And that really is the beauty of this collection. So there's Ava. Now, moving on, we have our Mariposa. So Mariposa, I like Mariposa. Mariposa could be a sort of 1960s flower child. You've got that kind of groovy, it could be the glasses, but then again, you can totally transform her. Different look, different feel. Nice, strong image. So she's looking straight at you. Very pretty nature. You can snip out hair as well as we've seen with the other ones. Gilding flakes, transforming the image again. I mean, just really do. All the cameos speak to be used for your card making, but also for your mixed media. What about this? Again, different feel. Using the easel card creator, subtle, nice, elegant, or maybe here really, and this is what I love about all the cameos, you can totally transform them. So if you know somebody who has bright red hair, or maybe somebody who's blonde, or maybe somebody who's brunette, or somebody who's grey, you can transform the images and you can really embrace it and try and tailor it to whoever you're giving the card to. So that's our Mariposa. Remember, these individual elements, the butterflies, you can fussy cut out and you can use them. Each of the cameos, so each of the ladies, have their own individual elements that they can be used separately. So that's Mariposa. And finally, we have Jasmine. So Jasmine has this wonderful jasmine flower in her hair. She can be made more childlike if you snip the hair down, so you've got a slightly younger, more youthful look, or you can really embrace an oriental feel. top of the boxes. This was something we were saying with Camellia, you know, the previous demonstration, beautiful demonstration inspiration that Paolo did. So if you wanted to put any of the feature ladies in the boho collection on top of a box, suddenly you've got the most beautiful, intricate box with not a lot of hard work. A bit of matte layering with their individual elements, and then one swipe through your die cutting machine. Or maybe you want to inject some colour. Look at that. Stunning. All right, going to pop this down. We have not got long left. £17 and 48 pence, and we've only got around about 12 minutes left on the show. So this is actually, I got that totally wrong. 6 minutes left on the show. Maths. I don't know where I got 12 from. I looked at the clock. All right. So look, this is going to be the last live hour with Tonic Boho Ladies. We're just about to call limited stock on this. We are busy for this. We've also got the easel die for you too. The easel die comes with a Victorian frame. If you want to make easel dies easily, I mean, it really does put the E into easel. So details are going to be on your screen in just one moment for the there they are, 730637 your item number, 49.98 your price, and you're also getting the bow maker in there too. And you've got, speaking of bows, another option for you. So this is the ribbon and bow and your swirling frames, 49.98. You're saving £21, 674188 your item number. Right. Right.
So we are going to use jasmine, but I don't think I have used you know, this die today. So, and I'm going to show you how to trim the hair on her face as well, and how to do it in a way that is perfect.
Okay.
All right. So, and by the way, that's a question from Matt from social media, and Karen from our design team. She thought about this really neat trick, so hopefully I will do justice, Karen. So let's show you what I mean. Yep. So die cut it, and we are using gloss Craft Perfect foil card. Now it's just absolutely gorgeous.
That's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, it is. It is, and because it's Craft Perfect by Tonic, so you know it die cuts beautifully. Oh. Now, what we are going to do...
I was going to say, if you wanted to leave a piece in, so say if you left that piece in, it's got like a Phantom the Opera type mask, so you've got half in shadow,
you could.
maybe.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. So now, the idea is, right, so the card is this one that is half her face, but we are going to do the whole face. So you could cut like half of her face and then it still will look nice. But we are going to do this card just to show you that you can trim her hair. We are going to use just a full face.
Okay.
Now, what we are going to do then is wherever we are going to want to have the face in here, we are going to place these as a masking, so to know exactly where the mouth is going to go. So we're going to secure it with low-tack tape in here.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to trim that hair in there. All right. So that's just make it neat. All right. And then that one as well. So we know that. And then that one in here. And then that one in there, and just trim it there.
Gotcha.
All right, so we have got now the mouth. And then we are going to take, you're going to see, it's a different type of paper piecing. I like to use fine tweezers for this. And then we are going to put it right, can you see?
Yeah.
With the waist.
Okay.
So we know exactly that is the right place.
Gotcha.
Okay. So then I'm gonna leave, and then I'm gonna trim. No, I was gonna leave it, but I'm not gonna leave it because just to show you how. Just trim the, and then take the nails.
Oh, Paola, that, I mean, when you were saying it, I could kind of see it, but now actually watching you do it, that is effective.
There, now you will see when it's effective. When I take it, now I'm gonna take that one in here, and then I'm gonna take glue in here. In the back, just put it in the back of my hand, just use it a little bit to spread it out. Now I'm going to use the rest of the waist, and remember the waist isn't glue, it's only the mouth and the nose in here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take my tweezers or my pocket tool, because remember that is just the bit in there. And
stunning. What? And you have now got that...
And it's perfect precision as well.
It's given it more of a youthful feel. That is so good, Paola.
But is the ability, the guys that have it in there. Obviously, the strand of hair is there because otherwise they would be floating. They are individual pieces, and that the ability to have it both ways is at the thing better.
Yeah.
So just remember to use the waist, use it as a guide,
to line up.
Use it as with low tack tape, and then remove it. Now I'm just gonna take flowers.
Yeah.
And as quickly as I can, I cut those ones. And if I don't have time to show you a finished card, I think there is one finished, the one that has the face in there. Yeah. So you will be able to show something that looks
So this is going to be the last live hour featuring the fantastic Tonic Boho ladies. You've got a beautiful collection of strong images here. So with the Boho ladies, the complete collection, you're getting 21 dies in total. Each one of the ladies offering their own personality, their own character. So here we're looking at Jasmine, and she does have these wonderfully delicate jasmine flowers that you can incorporate into the hair. But look how clever Paolo is, and you could be doing this at home. So turning Jasmine from giving her that oriental feel, just snipping away the hair, suddenly gives a more youthful look to Jasmine. But then you've got Ava, who's that wonderful, could be a flapper girl, could be maybe a Native American dream catcher, mystical. You've got Camellia, who offers that strong profile picture, beautiful flowers in her hair. And finally, you have, you've also got Mariposa, who's got the glasses and the butterflies in her hair. So such a nice collection of ladies here. It
is. So I would have to hold it that a little bit longer. But you can see how
stunning
it would start looking, and then a little bow here, just a little tag here for you, and there we have got a little tag. So we can do if you want to do the half face, you can also do the half face in there.
What I would say, this is a collection when you get it home, it's different. If you haven't got anything like this in your collection, suddenly you're able to work in different ways, and you can incorporate your existing stash, I should say. Paola, thank you so much.
Thank you,
What a great hour. Really enjoyed it. Good. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. This is last live hour, Paola, so please, if you've got anything in your baskets, make sure to check those out. You're going to love working with the Boho girls. Paola will be back soon. See you later.
Hi, I'm Katrina from Rowan Dean. We're a small family business that design embroidery kits. Embroidery has always been my passion, and I'd love to show you how to do some of the stitches and some of the kits. We're based in Derbyshire, and I'm really inspired by the landscape and flora of Derbyshire, and I think other people will be too. Our kits are really easy, and I hope they inspire you to have a go at stitching. Since we've been on Hochanda, we've had a great time. Everybody's been really friendly and really good. We've met loads of people all around the country who watch Hochanda and find it really inspiring. Don't forget to join me on my own Dean shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name is Maggie and I'm from Impressions Crafts. I've been running my business now for 15 years. It's a small family-run business in the south of Cheshire. We have a large craft shop. We sell all sorts of beading and jewellery supplies. I have a passion for making jewellery. I love working with the Lucite style flower beads, and we make thousands and thousands of angels and have been doing so for the last few years. We've been bringing to Hochanda lots of lovely beading kits, jewellery, for necklaces and bracelets and earrings. We also bring a wide range of angels and accessories, beading accessories like bookmarks. We also have our range of laser cut sun catchers and mobiles, all with lovely crafty beads. Hope you can tune into my shows, and looking forward to seeing you on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Bead Hut. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got for all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
You're here. Oops. Hi. Hello and welcome. Marvellous to have your company. You are tuned into the Hochanda, and we've got our Sandra on the show. We've got fabulous brand new goodies for you. Really looking forward to the show.
Exciting.
You're a very clever lady, are Sandra?
Oh,
because these are your illustrations.
They are, yes. Everything in that book I've drawn or written. So,
amazing.
yes.
Amazing. And it must be, I mean, sometimes is it quite tricky? Because I mean, there's a lot. I'm going to show you this. There's a lot of imagery in here. Is it quite tricky, or do you start and then one just start? You know, it just inspires you as soon as you begin.
Yeah, I think once I've started with one and you're on that. This is the thing I love to draw anyway. Once I'm on that wavelength, then yeah, they do come. I don't sit there twiddling my thumbs thinking, right, what am I going to draw? It's quite a natural. Yeah. And it's things I'd want to colour in or things I want to craft with.
Yes,
and it's just lovely that everybody out there likes to draw or colour and craft with them as well. Yeah,
the same imagery. Do you know, I adore them. And when I'm flicking through, I mean, you can see, you'll have the images. They're all slightly different. So you can see the bird there. So obviously one's got the sentiment. The next one hasn't got the sentiment, but they've got all that fantastic detail. Yes. Beautifully detailed. Now, if I flick the page again, I don't want to lose any. You can see now, so not quite as much detail, so it allows you to put your own detail in if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I've changed this book slightly. It seems I change every book slightly because we're crafters, we want something different. Yeah. So yeah, you are getting that bird, but you're getting different versions of it. This plain one is for you. Yeah. To do
and
something
I love that
with it.
because it allows you to add different things. Maybe you've got stamps. Maybe you are going to doodle yourself. Or of course you're going to be cutting it out. There's loads of images when you look at it that you can decoupage, isn't there?
Absolutely, and that's what some of my books have done. But I think we've done a couple of those now, and you know where it's going. So now I'm giving you more choice. So whether you want to build it up, whether you want to mixed media it, whether you want to just colour it in, it's entirely up to you.
That's my favourite.
Oh, that owl's divine.
That's superb. That's superb. Get ahead of us as well, because we have got a beautiful stencil that's going to match the owl absolutely perfectly. Just flick through very quickly, so you've got fabulous shoes there. Now you are getting 10 designs. You're getting 4 of each, and as you can see, they're all slightly different as well. You've then got at the back, I will get there, I promise. There we go, so you've got the skull, and then you've got ideas, you've got inspiration, but bear with, because you have got your sentiment pages as well. Big enough, with enough space around, so if you want to die cut them.
Absolutely, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I do when I'm crafting, so that's what I wanted everybody else to be able to do as well.
It's really big. I mean, it is absolutely crammed full. You've got 44 pages in there. So essentially, so take off your 2 sentiment ones. So essentially, you've got like 42 either main toppers, card blanks, obviously something you can use for mixed media, you can frame. I mean, there's so many uses, because they're big, there's so many uses.
And do you know what, we've got all these pens and pencils we want to colour in, and if you want to do something small, you've got your stamps and things, but sometimes you want something you get your teeth into. You can sit it, you know, and it takes perhaps 2 or 3 nights to do. But the work, once you've done it, it's a piece of art.
The results are fabulous. And I do love the fact that the imagery is so cool. I mean, you have got some fabulous stuff going on. That is amazing. That looks 3D.
It's just how it's been coloured.
So cool. So cool. Look at that. Yeah, that is fabulous, isn't it? And it's up to you what you do with it. Obviously, you've got that steampunk image going on. I mean, when I look at these, there's so many different stamps I've got that will match these. You know, so many dyes. You know, like Hochina's dyes. They're going to match them. That's a lovely thing, isn't it? Everything sits together beautifully.
You don't have to be grungy steampunk if you want. You can do whatever you like with it. You're the colour and you do it.
I mean, let's face it, I've just had the beautiful Susan's gorgeous florals on. I mean, those those, you could actually do those just in black and white and, you know, decorate some of these. And they're going to look amazing.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Do you know, it's
That's well cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's A4.
I would definitely wear that.
You couldn't do that with a stamp, could you? It's just lovely.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, thank you, Marie.
Absolutely fabulous, Marie. I love that. So she's put it onto a piece of card, hasn't she, and then cut round. Yeah, that's ace. Okay, if you'd love this is brand new today. Absolutely exquisite. So you've got 44 pages. You've got 2 pages which are sentiments. So you've got 42 big main images that you can decorate in however many ways you want to. Really cool as well. 921-672, that's your item number. Dead like that. It's cool. Now, something else that's really cool are your stencils. These are such a good idea and they're brand new. I'll show you first 2. Now, have a look at these because you...
Recognize. It's all right.
Sorry. Now, these are a bit cool because you've got your background, but then you have got your fabulous word one. I really like that because the font is so cool.
And do you know what? The font matches that's in the books.
Yeah.
And I have manipulated it so it will work because obviously some of the words in the lettering didn't.
Yeah.
So it's totally unique.
Excellent.
Totally. It works amazingly.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm excited about that one. I really am.
I really like that. Because if you just stencil through it as it is, it'll work as a gorgeous background.
Yeah,
but obviously
absolutely.
you can pick the words out and use the words individually.
This is it. And
dead easy.
they're not all the same way, so you can mix and match and you can turn it round. And
well, I think because they're not all the same way, that's why it works so well as a background.
Yeah.
You know, because if they're all exactly the same, they don't feel right as a background.
Not at all.
But like that, that is the ace.
Yeah.
That is definitely something I'd use.
See it embossed.
Yeah, I bet it looks tremendous, doesn't it? So. That's your first 2, which are absolutely sensational. So that one is your words and your background. The next 2, obviously only 9.99, they're nice thick stencils as well.
Yeah, they're 350 micron mylar, so yeah, you can put your pastes through them and all sorts of things.
Yeah, so really usable.
Oh yeah.
That's your first option. The second option that we've got. There you go. It is a different item number. It's 788243. So with this one, you know I mentioned the owl. That'll be him. So you've got your fabulous owl. You've got your owl. You've got all your different elements. So all these little elements you'll be using individually, won't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's so many things you could do. And look, I've left the clock hands separate. So you can stencil on there the different times that you want rather than sticking to it in mine.
Yeah.
And there's 2 sizes there, one with the clock and one with the owl.
Yeah, I love that. That is so, again, really cool. I mean, the owl is beautiful.
I'm so excited about them. They're lovely.
They're really nice.
Thank you.
They're really nice. Really cool imagery. Again, the stencils, so you can do so much with them. And I love the detail. I mean, that is fabulous. And because it's a stencil, if you don't want to put that on, you don't have to.
No.
You know, if you just want to use that as a fantastic random background.
Absolutely, yeah. And I have done in one of my demos. I'm going to do a bit later on.
Yeah.
Same with the owl.
Yeah, the owl's brilliant, isn't it?
It's lovely. Look. Right. It's quite fine detail as well. I mean, I didn't want to expand and go larger with him.
Yeah.
He's in proportion. He looks right.
Yeah, he does.
And he's just that amount of detail that you need.
I mean, he would make a really good background, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, he's lovely.
Now, £9.99 for those 2. But the lovely thing about that, you're getting 2 stencils, but you get so many separate imagery. That's 788243. That's your item number if you'd love to go for that. Really nice, and again, brand new today. So check your baskets out on that one. Now, the next one is your collection. I love this as well. Because with this one, you get a huge amount of goodies. Again, you've got your book. So, A5 this time, but again, 44 pages.
Absolutely.
So tons and tons of... if you were just looking at it as the toppers, I mean, you're getting tons there for your money. But then you're getting your 4 stencils and you're getting your MDF. So again, really crammed in this kit, isn't it? You've got tons of stuff.
I'm a crafter. Go on, you want to make sure that everything matches. You've got everything that you need, and it's value for money. And that's the thing as well.
It definitely is for 25 quid, 24.99. Again, you've got your images. So with the book, of course, with the book, you've got ideas, you've got inspiration. So you're always going to get that if you're a little bit stuck, and you're going to be taking us through that as well, aren't you? With the book, what this bit means.
Yeah, I'll explain that a little bit later.
Marvellous. But then with the images, are these images the same as in our big book?
Now they're the same but slightly different. I've given you two of the detailed ones and 2 of the plain ones in this book, whereas in the larger one you've got 3 detailed and they're slightly different.
Yeah.
So then it's not an exact replica.
Okay.
You're going to get something different in both of them.
Cool. And obviously your images are slightly smaller, so if you're more into card making, maybe this is the one you're going to go for. Personally, I'd be tempted to go for both, especially with the value for money of this kit. And they will work together gorgeous. Look at that owl.
They do. Oh, that owl's lovely, isn't he?
Yeah.
We've called him a he, haven't we? Is he a he?
Yeah, I know. He looks quite masculine.
All right, then we'll do that one.
That is gorgeous, but that's only part of your kit. You've then got your fantastic masks, again, nice and big, thick masks.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same material, they're just slightly smaller, obviously, because they're fitting in the box.
Yes.
But they're great for backgrounds. That one, I've made flowers out of that one.
Yeah, yeah. So, it looks like flowers, but it could just be random dots, couldn't it?
Well, this is it. Well, they do match the images in the book.
Yeah.
So you'll find that some of the patterns in there, that's where they've come from. So you'll be able to identify that.
Yeah, so you mix and match perfectly.
Absolutely.
And that one, that looks nice because that matches the letters, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can see the sort of the typeface. You can see where that comes from.
It's a bit grungy. It fits into anything.
Yeah,
Backgrounds, it's amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
that
it really
is cool. And then obviously, look at this. It's still in the pack.
I know, bits have fell out.
The detail on these, the clocks on the butterflies. They're fabulous.
Yeah, we've left some of that detail in there because, as you know, the drawings are detailed, and I wanted the embellishments to be the same as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just an outline of the butterfly. You've actually got the detail that match the butterfly that's in the book.
That is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So you've got tons in that pack as well with the MDF. 48 embellishments. You've also got, it comes, if you are giving this as a gift, it actually comes in a really nice packaging as well.
Absolutely. You know, the same again, you want to decorate it and do what you want to do with it.
Yeah,
and,
I like that.
And what better way to put everything together?
Yeah, we like that. We like a box. And
it's not going anywhere, is it?
Hard as well. And obviously you can decorate the box, so loads of ways that you can use this.
Absolutely, yeah. That one's been used as a frame. You can actually take that out and replace it if you want, because she's made the cogs on the side. So you can move it about. It's great, isn't
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
look at that. The way that's been coloured in is fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Us, wow, that is phenomenal. You've got the MDF. I have to show you some of these. So you've got the MDF there on that fabulous tag, using the stencil, of course. Look at that. Wow, that is a good image, isn't it?
It is, and that's just one image out the book, and it's a few of the embellishments.
And that stencil.
That stencil around the edges. It just goes with anything, doesn't it?
Just extended.
Easy to extend. To the first one.
Yeah. And obviously you've got the MDF. You've got the MDF in the kit. It's all going to mix and match beautifully. MDF again from this. And look at that. That owl is sensational.
Oh, do you know, I like drawing owls, I like drawing clocks, so there's always going to be something around there somewhere.
In the background, I mean, you can see that stencil in the background.
Yeah.
That is so effective, isn't it? This kit is such a good price, £24.99. You can see how the background, it does the stencil, that's in this kit, and obviously this is from your book, but you can see where the images mix and match perfectly. That is fabulous. I love all of these, Sandra. Stunning. There's even really quick.
Oh, just with some of the embellishments they've been made. I know. Sharon got excited. She's been playing.
Is that the MDF?
Yes,
MDF?
it is. It's been coloured and put into resin and things.
That's ace, isn't it?
So much you can do with it, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I better. I'll be back. I'll be back. Now, if you want this kit, it's massive. You've got so much going on. You've got 44 sheets there. You've got those 4 fantastic stencils. And then you've got your MDF. Your MDF, you've got 48 embellishments there. 445-380. That's your item number. Now, check the website out. We've got loads of goodies there. I'm going to give you a few more items, pictures and numbers. So, first of all, you have got... this fantastic owl and fan stencil. Now, this is brand new today, only £9.99. Really liking that one. It is absolutely exquisite. 788243 is your item number there. There we've also got, of course, the words and the backgrounds. Again, whoa, these are busy. These are already approaching 30%. I like them too. Now, they're really, really busy. They're only £9.99, brand new. 287 483. That's your item number. If you have any questions, if you want, I don't know, if you want to ask Sandra anything, it's live tele, so do email in. We are here, we can read out your questions. If you want to order, it's the website, hochanda.com, or the phone line, 01733602000. Hey, and Happy New Year. I forgot to say it this morning, isn't that rude?
It's not Happy New Year. It's just, I think time flies, doesn't it? And we've said it. And
yeah. And then you forget, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Happy New Year. Hope you had a cracker. Right then, Sandra, where are we starting?
Do you know, I'm going to start with the stencil because I always say I'll use them for later and then...
and then run out of time.
Run out of time. So I'm going to use the owl stencil.
Lovely.
I'm going to do a little bit of that, but obviously I've done a little bit of here's one I did earlier. But I want to show you how it works straight off. So you've got the owl on here, I've got a little bit of the corner, I've got the clock hands, and I've got a bit of a background, or flowers, or both here.
Yeah,
so I'm going to start with my little boy there, look. There we go.
Marvellous.
And I look new for the occasion. Look at that, eh? Look at that. Just put a little bit of that out, I know.
I can tell it's New Year.
Oh, splashing out a bit there, look. All right. The thing I like about stencils is that you can actually do this. You can put lots of different colours on there. Yeah.
And the lovely thing, right, I mean, it could be anything. It could be a background. You could be using it for, obviously, for your pastels, for your pastes. Yeah. You know, you could be embossing it with your machine. There's so many uses.
Trust me, they've all been through that. They've been pasted through and everything. They've been cleaned off. Yeah. All sorts.
And they're easy to clean as well, aren't they?
They are. And, you know, sometimes, you know, when they get really dirty, if you put them in with a bit of, household cleaner and leave them in some hot water, they clean off brilliantly.
And sometimes, even if they don't clean off, next time you use them, you get some really interesting effects.
You do, so it's fine. If you don't clean them, it's fine.
Yeah. There's loads of mine that are now more effects than anything.
Yeah, with paste, I think you have to, otherwise you end up with a bit
a gunky mess. Yeah. So literally just picking up parts of it and building up the ink.
Yeah, just building up the ink a little bit. I'm really going for it because, you know, you've got some quite little fine details in there, but that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I've dirtied them all now, look.
Hey.
Hey. Feels like that's not right now, doesn't it? Yeah, back in craft room.
Yeah, it weren't right otherwise. And it's just working that ink in the actual direction of the stencil. And with something like this, you're not taping it down, but being careful not to go under the actual...
Yeah, I mean, you can tape it down, but, you know, we want to... We're
on.
Quite quick with it, aren't we? So, yeah. But yeah, I'm not being gentle with this one in particular. It's not necessary to be. It's pretty robust.
Really working it in. I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? Because you're using a sponge, you do want to work it in because you've got those fine lines, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's worth it. The work's worth it.
You don't say it that long, does it? No. It would make a fab background.
But even if you just took one of the wings and did that in the background, it's lovely.
Or just his face. And that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you can easily just pick elements out if you want to.
That's it. There we go. I think we're still a little bit more of that dark blue.
I love this because you never really know what you're going to get.
No, you don't, do you? Like, oh, should work.
It's a mystery.
As long as I haven't moved it. It's all right. There we go.
Lovely.
Touch around there. It's got to be right, you know what it's like.
Yeah, we've got to have it right.
You ready?
Yeah. Dang, beautiful.
There he is. So, you know, any colours. Yeah. And because the clock here, I don't know, what time shall we have it?
10 to 3.
10 to 3.
It's random, isn't it?
There we go.
Is that too random?
No, it's all good. It's fine.
Okay, perfect.
There we go. It's almost like I planned it that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do I think this is the beauty of it? Because I've drawn them all, I could do what I want with them, you know, and you can mix and match things like that. Don't ask anybody else's permission.
Perfect.
There we go. It's just a bit up half centre. Yeah. I mean, after that, what I would do is I would perhaps just do some inking around it, so it looks a bit like this. She says. I say, I know we're always stuck for time. So there you go. So I've done the border look around the corner because you can turn it round.
Yes.
So you get a mirror image, and I've just inked round and put a little bit of Nouveau on it. So it's exactly the same thing.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And see, as soon as you ink round edges as well, it really emphasises the owl, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It brings him out. I mean, I've put a little bit more work into that there. I think I just did it quick so you can see how it's going to come out. Right, exciting bit.
It looks like it's coming through the clouds.
Right, background. This particular pattern, it is part of one of the cogs that's in the book. I can't quite remember which one it is, but it's definitely in there, so it's not something I've made up random. Yeah. Although I did in the beginning, I suppose, didn't I? But it's something that's totally different, but it matches now, so right, just let me get the colour.
Yeah, because they're all, it all echoes the actual designs of the book. It matches perfectly.
Yeah, I like everything to match if I can, you know, within reason, of course.
Yeah.
And again, the beauty with this is I can use exactly the same colours I've just used.
Beautiful. And again, building up exactly the same colours.
Yeah, so we know that, you know, it's going to work. Even if you've got a piece of white paper, you're going to get something that's going to match.
Yeah. And something original as well.
Oh, yeah.
And it is quick.
Yeah.
Look,
so I moved it a bit. But then if I do the same thing again, I mean, you can see through it, so you can see where you're putting your work.
Yeah, so yeah, line it up absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving these stencils. If you do want to go for these ones, it is the fantastic owl, along with your little clock, and you've got the rolls. You've also got on this one the gorgeous fan. I mean, the choice is yours with these because you've got your backgrounds as well. It does mean you can layer them up and create so many different looks, whether you've got the pocket watch top on there or are using it as a clock. The fan alone is so handy because you don't have to have the actual handle there. The flower is beautiful. So you've got so many different images there for just £9.99. 788243. That's your item number. But we are approaching 30% of the stock has now gone and left the building if you would like to get that one. We have got the other one as well. Let me remind you. Shall I remind you? This is your words and your backgrounds. So with your words and backgrounds, what you are getting, over 30% of the stock has gone here. That's the background, and then the words. The words are ace. Definitely my favourite at the minute. So you've got life, you've got smile, you've got different, you've got dream, you've got reality, you've got, what else have I got now? Choice, shine, waiting for. What are you waiting for? I like that. What are you waiting for? Always yourself. I like that. I think my favourite is what you're waiting for. Just go for it.
Yeah,
I like that. What's the one under happiness? Where are we? Happiness, shine. Well, yeah, we've got a few shines, but they're different sizes and things. You see,
not one's the same. Depends on what you're going to put it on.
Treat to yourself. Yes, that's great. We like these. Favourites. If you would like to go for these, £9.99, that's your price. And again, so many ways you can use those. 287483. That's your item number. Very popular. In fact, now we're approaching 40% of the stock has gone there. Right.
Okay, yeah. So almost done. Again, ink round it, and I've just used some Nuvo drops, the same as on my owl, to create my background.
Yay!
Yay!
Just like that.
Just like that, absolutely, yeah. Spent some time on that.
Yeah, that's
you can see now, putting my owl on the top there. Right, it's all going to match together.
Yeah.
But I want to show you something really quite cool with that stencil as well. Coming back to that picture. I've inked some and I've cut them out.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got 3 there, flat cut out.
Lovely.
And I'm going to use my little piece of foam that's out the box.
Lovely. Okay.
And if I turn them over, use a little ball tool.
Super.
And just
get
roll around a little bit, yeah. Just want to, you know, I've not used, you know, really heavy paper for this. You want to use paper rather than card because it'll shape better.
Yeah.
So, working those through.
Beautiful. Whee!
This foam works great for it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's giving it a really nice spongy finish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we want. There we go.
Lovely.
A little bit of glue in the middles. And if I offset those flowers.
And it's nice because then when you're using your stencil with it, it's going to match perfectly, isn't it?
Absolutely. Colours, flowers, everything. There we go. Again, a little bit of Nuvo.
Perfect.
In the middle. she says, if it would. There we go. So that's going to match.
Yeah. And of course, that is literally just cut from your stencil.
Exactly. So they've been in my bag, so let's just squidge them up a little bit. So there's my flowers.
Lovely.
I've also taken some of the MDF cogs.
Ah, yes.
And again, using the new...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, it looks nice, does that?
I mean, it's as it's
thought you'd
dried.
embossed it.
No, it's crackled a little bit. That's what's a sort of a glitter pearl one.
Oh.
But again, because the colours, they're all matching.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do with them.
Yeah, so that's just your novice on your midif.
So that's all my embellishments.
Looks yeah, I like that a lot.
I was quite pleased with that. I thought, oh, I'll give it a go, see how it goes.
I like that. That's one thing I haven't tried. Liking that. Right, if you do want that MDF, that's part of that fantastic bundle. Really good bundle because you get so much in it. You get the MDF. Of course, you do get some stencils in that. You get your pad as well. It is 445380. That's your item number.
Okay, just finishing off this. That didn't take long, really.
No, it didn't.
Here's one I did earlier, but it was pretty quick. It didn't take too long at all. Let's put my owl in.
Okay.
All right. I've just die cut a sentiment out of the book, the A5 book. That's my sentiment. And again, because they're separate at the back, you can mix and match and do whichever you like. So you don't have to have the one that I've put with the image. It's entirely up to you.
Fab. And it does look really, again, because you're getting so many sentiments as well.
Yeah.
And they're perfect because everything matches.
Yeah. And do you know what? They're positive sentiments as well. They sort of almost encourage you to take action and do something.
Perfect for New Year.
I suppose so, yeah.
But it shouldn't just be a New Year's resolution. It should be a life resolution.
Yeah, and I don't make New Year's resolutions because I think if something's worth doing, you do it now.
Yeah, I don't make resolutions.
Let's not wait.
No, I don't really believe in it. Eh? Yeah, rules.
No, if you're gonna change.
Yeah, if you're gonna change it, why wait till January? Just do it now, don't you?
Do it now. That's it. Yeah, gotta move on. Do it.
Yeah, crack on.
Yeah.
Don't wait for an excuse for January. Just crack on and do it right away.
Yeah.
There are queues on those phones. If you do want to order, the website is thewayhochanda.com. If you do want to get on the phones, we will be on there as quick. We will be answering you as quickly as possible. And thank you for your patience. It's 01733602000. I love the MDF with the Nouvelles. I'm going to have to try that.
Do you know, it just gives it that extra little bit of texture, doesn't it?
Well, and it dries with a lovely dimension.
Yeah, and you know, you emboss them, glitter them.
Yeah, I thought they'd be embossed.
Yeah,
that's
there
fabulous.
You go.
Beautiful.
I'll let you have that. It's not. It'll slide off if you lift it.
Only you can turn your dream into reality. Indeed. Don't expect anyone else to do it. It's up to you.
That's it.
This is something you can create. Absolutely gorgeous. That's just with your stencils. Your stencils are the main thing. They're your main topper. They're your background. And then, of course, one of those fantastic sentiments with all your gorgeous embellishments. Now, 788243, that's your item number if you do want that beautiful stencil set. Thank you, Hochanda.
Oh, you're welcome. Enjoyed that.
The website. It is hochanda.com. That's where you're finding all the goodies that we've got on today's show. You have got loads and loads of fantastic offers here. And of course, loads and loads of choices. So have a little look at what you fancy. With these, you can be creating so many different looks. Have a look, you know, for backgrounds. Have a look for embellishments. You've got some lovely, lovely extras in here. Obviously, the MDF is just gorgeous. I'm looking at some finished pieces now. They're amazing. If you do want any of those, hochanda.com or ring us 01733602000 is your is the way to order. Now, I forgot what I was saying then. Nearly did. I was too busy looking at back of me and forgetting what I was saying. Right then. This is a big bundle. It feels like I haven't been here for ages. It feels like I've forgotten what my job is. Just talking, Leonie. Just talk. Now then, if you do want this, you've got your 4 stencils. This dirty tissue. Bear with. Put it up my sleeve like that. So you have got your 4 stencils. It was like a little pocket, yeah, it was like a handkerchief. you know, a handkerchief, all right, a mucky tissue, but an handkerchief. So you have got your stencils, some fantastic backgrounds there that you can create in so many different ways. Absolutely beautiful imagery that, of course, is going to be great for your steampunk, but so much more as well. You've then got your beautiful steampunk book with all those wonderful images. You've got 44 pages in here and beautiful designs. You have got your 2 sentiments. You've then got all those different designs, and with the designs, as you can see, you've got those detailed ones, but then you get those open designs. And I love in the open ones. I think it's a really good idea. You might want to cut elements out of it. You might want to be doodling into it. There's so many different ways you're going to use those. Really, really cool ideas. And obviously with these, something for everybody. I mean, they are steampunk, but a lot of these you could use in different ways. I love it because they do look really alternative. So again, 44 pages in there. You've also got all the MDF. The MDF is ace. I mean, when you look at the detail on the MDF, they are beautiful, aren't they? You've got 48 of there. I've had no training. You've got 48 of those. Again, really beautifully cut, so it does mean they're just going to pop out really simply, and they're really nice and thick as well, so they'll make a fabulous embellishment. And then, of course, you have got the beautiful box. So it does come in the box, so it's wonderfully packaged, so you can decorate that as well. Let me show you some more goodies that you can do. So... Sorry, Chris. So you can, of course, start colouring in. You can doodle. You can add all different textures. You can do paper pieces. I mean, you can easily cut these out and put elements back in if you want to. Look at that. That is ace, isn't it? It's really, it just stands out so well. I mean, it's just so... so different, so unusual, and you can use so many different techniques. You know, have a play with your glossy accents, have a play with different spritzers, with different colouring mediums. You know, you might be making it pretty. You can make these pretty if you want to. You can grunge them up. The choice is yours. And obviously with things like this, because Sandra's designed it, you haven't got an image on the back, so it does mean you have got these to use as toppers. And I really like that because it does allow you to actually use them. You're not just colouring them in, you're making them into something, into a finished piece. Now, if you would like this collection, it's a brilliant price, just £24.99. And I think it's one of those that's a good one for sharing as well, because you've got so much in that pad. Now then, 445-380, that's your item number. Just £24.99, that's your price. Brilliant quality and a massive kit as well. Now then, we've got more. We have got your stencils. So, first of all, wow, okay, it has been really, really busy. First of all, that fabulous owl one. The owl is gorgeous. Over 40% of the stock has now gone. I have left them there. I will be back. So, if you would like to get hold of this, it is really cool because you've got so much there. So, loads of ways of using these. And, of course, with stencils, good quality stencils are going to allow you to run them through your machines so you can actually emboss them as well. Only £9.99, and that you'll use over and over and over again. Now, 788243, that's your item number if you'd like to go for those two. You've then got the words and the backgrounds. Loving these. The words are ace. We are approaching 60% though, so they are flying out the door. Really cool, and the font is going to match the book perfectly. So whether you just be picking out one element, whether it be, you could be making your own sentiments, brilliant for your art journals, really cool for your art journals. Again, only £9.99, 287483 is your item number. Very, very cool. And then you have got, talking of journals, you've got your A4 journal. And this is another one. It is absolutely crammed with imagery. So it's another one that you can do so much with. Colouring it in using so many different mediums. I mean, think what you've got. You've got beautiful inks. We've seen inks today that you can use with these. You can use your gessos and things, your paints. Obviously perfect if you are using your alcohol paints. Maybe using sparkle. I mean, there's so many ways of using these. And again, each image gives you choices. So you've got detail, or you've got those open images. So you can add whatever you want into these. And there's a real mix of imagery as well. So you've got choice, whether you're creating something for men, for women, you have got something for absolutely everybody. And I do love to see the finished pieces. I mean, have a look at these. They are so cool. The butterflies, I love the butterflies. See, they look so good. They look so 3D. I mean, they are very steampunk, but it's up to you how much, how you want to create these. You know, if you want to make them really dark and moody, if you want to make them really pretty, that you could definitely make these pretty. Let me show you this behind me. There's some lovely, oh, I'm going to raid the back of the set as well. I mean, look at that. See, that's really pretty. So just change the colours, use the mediums that you use, and you'll change the effect. The lovely thing is with this, when you look at that, I mean, you could easily, if you wanted to, you could cut that out. You could bring that forward. You know, same with the flower, you could bring that forward. So you can get depth and dimension just with one image. And then, obviously, look at that butterfly. That is just amazing. Now, look at that. That has been fussy cut. That's so cool, isn't it? So cool. Now, if you do want that book, it's only £14.99. A really, really beautiful imagery there. And because you're getting 44 pages, you've got so much choice. 921672, that's your item number. Now, check the website out, Hochanda.com. It's where you can order. It's where you can peruse all the goodies that our Sandra has brought for us. Do remember these are hand-drawn images by Sandra. She's really clever. She's got some gorgeous, gorgeous images in there. So much choice. And again, very good value for money. Hochanda.com or ring us 01733602000. If you want to email in, if you want to say hello, if you want to say Happy New Year, if you want to say hello to our Sandra, or show us pictures if you've got any of Sandra's. Yeah, we like that. Then email in. It is studio@hochanda.com. Right, Sandra.
Oh, okay.
What's next?
Oh, there's so much I want to show you. It's like which picture to do, which picture to do. I thought we'd start with opening the book.
Okay.
Because when you open it up,
at the beginning.
I always give you a little bit of it about this book.
Oh.
So, you know, where the artworks come from, that kind of thing.
Beautiful.
But the difference with this one is you've got these numbers or letters.
Oh.
These correspond to the Spectrum Noir Illustrator pens.
Oh, fantastic.
So not only are you getting an image there to think, oh, OK, that's what I want to do, that's where I'm going to put the shading, but I'm telling you what colours I used as well.
Fabulous. And that's good.
It doesn't mean you have to use them just for that. You can do what you like. Or you can think, well, I want a particular red. What colours did she use? It's all a little bit there to help you.
That's really good. So if you're starting out,
absolutely,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
And obviously, you can use whatever alcohol markers you've got, but it's nice that you've got
it's just nice that,
point.
you have to pick one, don't you? So, you know, listed too many.
Yeah.
But then you've got this, which is a bit different to what I've normally put in the book, and it's all about doodling. You know, I started by doodling, and having a blank image, you think, oh, I don't know what to do. I thought I'd start you off a little bit. And these are some of the patterns that I start with. Circles are a thing for me. I always draw circles. And I've given you two versions. See there, I've coloured in the background.
Ah, yes.
And then there I haven't, and I've given you a little box to have a go all by yourself.
Yeah.
Same with the lines. Again, they're very simple lines, straight lines, but then here I put some little squares in.
Yeah.
And again, have a go.
Yeah.
Same with these. These are like squashed circles, really. It's just a line. It is. It's just a line. And again, I've coloured around the background.
Yeah,
so you
and
can
it
see
does
how
make
it's
a difference,
forming.
doesn't it?
Yeah, and because it's such a small box to start with, it shows that it's not such an overwhelming job to do.
Yep. It doesn't look scary.
Right.
And it is good because it's funny how sometimes when you're doing your doodling, it can be like, oh, I don't even know where to start.
Well, this is it, and I thought
circles are a good place to start.
Absolutely, and do you know what? It doesn't half help you because I find that they relax me.
Yeah, and they don't have to be perfect.
No, not if you look through the drawings. My circles aren't perfect.
Yeah.
There's always a slight, and the same with the MDF shapes because they've been hand drawn. They're not perfect, but that's what you want. You want that quirkiness.
Yeah.
This page is a little bit for you to sort of, if you see a pattern that you like. Get it down here and try it.
Yeah.
So, for example, I mean, we could start with circles. We start with some. See, we can all do that.
Yeah.
But try to do them different sizes.
What kind of pen do you like using? What nib?
I always like these ones, these fine nibs.
Beautiful.
At the minute, I've got an outliner. There's lots of different ones out there.
Yeah.
This one, which is a 005, I draw with.
Right.
So the image is in the book, or I might draw with a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
But this is my go-to pen. I use a lot of these.
So 005 is nice and fine. Check the website out, because I know we've probably got some fine liners as well. So do check the website out for the different pens.
Yeah. You see, so I'm just filling in. See, I've got a little bit of a gap there. I could leave it, or I could go in with a tiny one.
Yeah.
And it just shows that I've had a go, and when I need something to fill a space in, I can come back to this and think, oh, I'm going to use that one.
Yeah. It's funny how quickly things start to build up and look cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Lines are another one with me. I quite like drawing lines.
Yeah.
I'm getting straighter, but they're not always. But I might decide that I want to put some lines in that way.
Yeah,
and again,
mix it up a bit.
It's a doodle.
Yeah. The nice thing is with your lines, if they're not straight, it can still look good.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Let's fill some in,
Or
maybe.
there is to the straight line.
Yeah. You see how it's going from just a straight line now, and I've not done anything spectacular, but it's now starting to build. I've got different types of image within, so I might leave that as an idea and go back to my circles, or then when I see something else, it's like, hey, I've got the musical notes, I might decide that I'm going to put musical notes in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? And just see, it's your doodle, it's your ideas, isn't it?
Yeah. See, join it together, look, and becomes something else.
Beautiful. Yeah,
so
that's
you know,
cool.
and if you just do it as you're thinking, then it's there, and you refer back to it later on.
Yeah. So that's the beginning of the book. So that's in both the A4 and the A5,
is, yeah. It's the same
it?
in both, because obviously you're wanting to have a go at both. That's fine.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Right. So I have got in here. I did one a bit earlier. I have started on one.
Wow.
It's a work in progress. It's not going to get done by the end of the show. Particularly, but I wanted to part do it so you could see where I was coming from. On here, I've just cut it out. This is one of the highly detailed images, so I've not put any doodles in myself, although I've left a bit of blank that you can actually, go in and add some if you want.
Beautiful.
I picked my background paper to start with, so I know what kind of colours I'm going to go for. And I got to that point and I thought, oh, let's start the crow now.
Yeah.
What colours am I going to use for the crow? And I thought, maybe some goldy oranges.
Yeah.
So to do that, if I go back to the beginning of the book, we talked about those numbers.
Yes.
So here, I quite like the bow.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
And if I look at the bow, it tells me that I've got 3 colours there, my FS4, 6 and BO2.
Yeah.
So if I take my illustrator pens, I've got my FS4, my 6 and my BO2.
It's interesting, actually, because the colours in there look so much more vibrant than the top of there, don't they?
They are, yeah, and the plastic never quite. But it's never. You always test them first.
Yes.
Even when it's on the corner, never on the back, because it's going to come through. But on the corner of a bit of paper, that preferably the same paper you're using.
Yeah.
And it'll work fine.
And the lovely thing is, if you are cutting it out, you've got all the round the edges.
Absolutely, yeah. You find in my books that I use a lot, I have got little notes and little all over the place. And everybody in my class does the same. So.
And that's really nice, because you have got all the space around it, because if you know you're lifting that image out, then that's the image that Sandra's working on, isn't it?
Just think of that inking space around it as well. Yeah, absolutely.
All that blue space.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, right, so onto my pens then. I have put them in the lightest order first.
Okay.
So I know that my FS4 is going to be my lightest colour, and my FS6, and then my BO2.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to use that one. So, using pens, if you've used them before, you know what you do, it's fine. But what I tend to do, I always start with my lightest colour, and I take a section at a time. So rather than, I'm going to colour all of it in one colour, don't do that. Little bits.
Okay.
So if I colour the whole of that one in, I'm even going to go on that one, in the lightest colour.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you colour the whole thing, then it'll dry too quick and you're not going to be able to get in a good blend.
Right. There's my mid colour.
Is your main thing that you go to alcohol markers? Is that your sort of preference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so quick and they're so vibrant.
Yeah.
And they look professionally printed when you're finished.
Yeah, the results are tremendous, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
And I like the ones where you've got your monotone as well, your monochrome even, your...
Yeah.
Monochrome. It's more my accent.
We understood you.
Well, it's your monochrome, so you've got the grey, but then that, I think it's the eye, isn't it, where you've done that?
Yeah.
And then the eye really stands out.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's it, you can do so much. That'd look phenomenal like that, wouldn't it?
It would.
To do that, the monochrome background, and then him in a really bright colour.
I just found I was doing too much of it, and I thought, no, I better do a colour for a change. I just love using the greys.
Yeah.
You see, my detail there, I've gone over it. I've not tried to colour round. So don't worry about that. I could go back in with another colour later.
Yeah.
I could go in with a blender tool and take it out. Or, you get your glitter pens and your... oh, hang on.
Yeah, of course, easily going.
Oh, yeah, so don't...
Go over it top.
Actually, because it's a little bit bigger, I'm going to go in with a brush there. Why waste time? There you go.
Beautiful.
And back with that mid. So I know it seems a little bit, time-consuming. You think, oh, I'm going from one pen to the other. But that's what gives you that professional finish.
Well, and it's worth it because you get the depth of colour.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Which is what you need. And going over with pencils afterwards.
Yeah, it's a really emphasise it.
And you don't have to stick with the same pencil colours. I'd be inclined to put a little bit of red.
Yeah,
over the top of there.
I reckon.
Let's do it right. Yeah, FS4. So you can see how that's sort of going to take shape. I'll just do that one and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. And then we can perhaps come back to colouring if we get a chance.
And it does build up. I mean, really, it builds up quite quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the nice thing is with this, though, it is taking your time. It is just enjoying the process.
Do you know, I mean, I've had a really busy Christmas and New Year, with the show unboxing and things, which thank you, everybody, because that was brilliant. And just sitting down and colouring some of this in, it didn't half relax me.
Yeah. That's
I thought,
good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in between, where it
just cup of tea on the side, and
yeah.
There you go. So it will build up quite quickly there. Just finish that one, and then I'll. There we go. You see how that's sort of starting to come.
That's beautiful.
So I'll come back to that in a minute if you want, but so much I want to show you.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Obviously, that's just one of the images in that book. You've got 44 pages with all those beautiful images. And I like the fact when you cut it out, it looks different. You know, you change it again, don't you?
Absolutely. And, I know there's the repeated images in there in a sense, but every time you're going to do something different, even if you just change the colour, or even if you decide that instead of you're going to colour them in and then another time you're going to glitter it. It's entirely up to you. It's whatever you want to do. I'm going to use that stencil.
Now, these stencils have been ridiculously busy. If you do want these stencils, you are getting your words. You've also got the background there. This has been so busy. In fact, over 2/3 of the stock has now gone. If you'd like those two, they're only £9.99. Tons you can do with these fantastic fonts, and that is such a really, really handy background as well. 287483. That's your item number. Very busy. Over 2/3 of the stock has gone. We've got about did I go posh?
Did you? Yeah, you did a little.
So yeah, can't help myself. Well, really, I am posh. The northern thing, I just put it on for Teller. For Teller.
Oh, the fun thing is you can mix and match them. So let's go in with a bit of green just to start a background.
Beautiful.
This one,
I love stencils. You can't have too many stencils in life.
You can't. They're just, I just love them.
I do. They're so handy, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to need a bit more of that. I was getting a bit carried away. I'm being gentle with it. Let's get some on. I don't want to overdo it. Just let's start, building a bit of texture as you do.
Just pick little bits out of it rather than do the full thing.
See, look.
And it's nice when it just fades out as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it embosses brilliantly.
No, I bet it does. It's weird being so thick, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've got one here, but it's white. So you might not see it, she says.
We can try, our Sandra.
I did have.
Bear with.
Oh, it's there. Look. It was neat over there. There you are.
Oh yeah. No, even on white, I can see that. It embosses it. The deboss side looks good as well. So yeah, that is really effective. So that's the emboss side. Now, deboss side.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's that bit of black, bit of gildy wax on it?
Now, if you'd love to get hold of these, £9.99 is your price. Remember, you're getting 2 stencils there. It's a nice one, is that? It's a really handy little pattern, isn't it?
Yeah. It's generic, isn't it? So
Yeah.
if you need something, and if you think, you know, the hat on the skull, on the blank one,
Yes.
if you think, oh, I don't want to doodle, put this over the top and stencil over
Yeah.
it. That's where the patterns come from.
Yeah.
From the hat.
From the actual hat. Yeah, it's luscious, that. Yeah. Sandra, you've got another show later on, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. A bit worried about the stock. So if you do want something, please check your baskets out now, because those stencils, the stock is looking a little bit delicate and dubious. Ooh. That it's going to be there. 287-483 is your item number.
Oh, OK. With the lettering, it's a lot of detail in there, so I'm not scrubbing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm almost...
Boinging.
Boing. Boinging.
You're boinging in.
Yeah.
The nice thing with this as well, though, with the words, it doesn't matter if it's more subtle. You know, sometimes you want it to be really, really specific so you can read them. Other times it'll be just more of an accent.
Well, yeah. I mean, I might decide, you know, later on I want to put something down there. Let's put dream down there. Look. Well, my new pads, look.
Posh.
Yeah, look at that.
Very impressive, these are.
There we are. Look. So I just, you know, it might just want a single sentiment.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong with this. Yeah, that's cool.
There it is.
And it almost looks like the dreams falling into the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't it?
And
yeah, that's it.
That's exactly how it works in, you know, in the books. Let's put dream up there, put back upside down. So I know that when I put the sentiment on the top to make my finished picture, the background's going to match.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that's beautiful.
Shine, like.
Whether you're using this for backgrounds, their main elements, you could actually stencil these and cut them out. You could use your stencil paste to make some beautiful raised sentiment blocks as well with them.
It's just starting to now build, because I've got a pattern in the background to start with.
Yeah. Yeah, and working on pattern paper, I mean, it does change the look of the pattern paper entirely, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I quite like doing it, actually. I mean, it's great starting with a piece of white paper, but if you've got something you think, oh, it's not quite what I want, but use it, and it's just another layer on the top, isn't it?
Yeah. And it means you can do whatever colours you want. You know, it literally becomes, well, it's yours, isn't it?
Yeah. You see how it's starting to build.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so...
Absolutely beautiful.
I'm going to move on from that just a little bit. I'm not rushing too much, am I? I just want to get so much in.
No, because it's 10 to, so don't worry.
Yeah. I've got some bits and pieces here, look.
6 minutes, in
6 minutes. Oh, I can relax a little bit then. But I really wanted to show you something before we go off. So that's my sentiment that I'll probably ink round.
Wonderful.
My flowers, again, my flowers have come from the stencil from the A5 set.
From the
Those little circles.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of nouveau in the middle there.
Wonderful.
And then look, that's how they started.
Excellent.
So it's like cutting out late at night.
Yeah, great.
Couple of dies, but I wanted to show you this embossed.
That is lovely. So that's one of those fantastic pieces. Look at that as well.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
That's
been
MDF.
embossed, yeah.
Doesn't that look good? I love those.
Yeah, and because you've got that detail in there, even when you emboss it, you can see that it's actually still picking it up.
It's really
So it's looking lovely. So.
You get the journal. You're also getting the beautiful embellishments, 48 of those embellishments, and then you're getting 4 stencils as well. And they all come together in that lovely box. So it means the box, beautifully packaged, brilliant for a gift idea if you want. But the box, again, you can decorate it afterwards. Now then, it is 4453804. That's your item number for that big bundle, just £24.99p.
My key.
The key.
I love my key. Yeah, the keys comes from the butterfly.
Wonderful.
Centre.
Ah, of course, I recognise it now.
Yeah.
Perfect. So just squidge it into your Versamark.
Yeah, squidge it in.
Wonderful.
Top there. Embossing powder. Oh, don't know, look, I've got a bit in there, look.
Oh, yeah, bit of die cutting.
Could be anything. No, that's it, get rid of that. There we go. There you go. Oh, nearly. That could have been interesting, couldn't it? We could have had gold everywhere.
Yeah, it would have been lovely.
Okay.
Match the silver in my hair.
Just hold on to that a minute. Bit of noise. This excites me. This is just, I love it.
Oh, I love that embossing by it.
Oh.
Oh, here it goes. Oh, that's so good. It's funny, isn't it, how cool that is to watch. Beautiful. See, MDF is fab to emboss, isn't it?
It's just divine. I had so much fun just doing that little bit.
Look at that. And the depth of the MDF makes it so interesting. Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's really nice.
So cool. That's just one of those shapes.
Oh.
Remember, you've got 48 of those as well.
Absolutely.
Do you know what? We're a little bit worried about time. So I'm going to do a bit of recapping.
That's
that
right.
okay?
That's why I'm sorry if I rushed through that a little bit, but I wanted to get a little bit of every element in there, so you could see it.
And now they work together as well.
Yeah, I'll do a bit of a work in between, and I'll come back to it at the beginning of the next show, just to sort of see where it's coming. But every element I think I've picked up in there.
Yeah, and they all go together perfect. Okay, if you do want that fantastic bundle, you're getting the A5 beautiful pad. You've also got the wonderful MDF. You've then got, of course, the stencils as well. If you do want that collection at £24.99, it's just a bargain. Do not miss out on that. It's 445380. That's your item number. Obviously, everything is so usable, all goes together so well, but all independent. I mean, the stencil, this is where our Sandra started the hour, and that is standalone if you want it to be.
Yeah, it can be if you want it. I can't believe I did that at the beginning of the hour. Where's it gone?
Feels so wonderful.
It does, I know.
Now, over 60% of stock has gone here, absolutely flying out the door. £9.99. That's your price for those two. We've also got, remember, the other stencils, got those in stock as well, if you would like to get hold of those. But, those ones, yes?
Oh.
So you have got your fantastic background and words as well. £9.99. That's your price. 287,483. But we're approaching 3/4 of the stock now gone. Not sure if they'll be left at the end of the show. They are only £9.99. We're going to finish at that A4 journal though, and this is just beautiful. I'm going to read the back of the set as well because look at him.
Yeah.
Wow. And you say this is it, cutting it out. That's been fussy cut out then, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's not massively a big job to do if you're cutting around the outside. They're a lot simpler.
Yeah.
If you want to go in a bit more detail and decoupage, then, you know, but that's what part of the fun, isn't it?
Of course it is.
And
the thing is, it's a choice.
Yeah,
you know,
it's entirely up to you what you do with it,
And there's so many, 44 pages. Obviously, you've got ideas, you've got inspiration to get you started, but then you've got all that incredible imagery. With each design, you've got 10 designs, you've got 4 of each, so it does mean you've got detail or you've got those open spaces, and then you have got those 2 sentiment pages as well, plus ideas, plus the training, which is really, really good, because it is going to help you, find a starting block and go for it. If you would like to get hold of this, £14.99, all hand illustrated, all from you.
I know, it's a bit scary, isn't it?
Clever, it's clever.
Where they all come from, that's all right.
Picking these as well. Right, so you're back with us at 7 o'clock,
I am, yes.
Okay, make sure you check your baskets out. Our Sandra's back up at 7 with our Yanis. Don't know what stock will be left because it has been really, really busy. I'm not surprised. They are so cool. Well done.
Thank you.
Brilliant designs, brilliant imagery. Check your baskets out, but make sure you do tune in at 7 o'clock with our Sandra. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am Matthew Palmer, a professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. But with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Leona. I've been into crafting for many years now. As a little girl I'd craft for mum and dad, but then obviously it stuck with me that much that it became my career. I think for me crafting is so fun because there's always something new to learn, there's always something new to play with, and it's such a rewarding hobby as well. That's why I absolutely love it and recommend it to so many people. I'm really thrilled to be part of the Hochanda family. Really excited about seeing how it's grown, seeing how it's developed so far, and all the brand new things that I know we've got coming up. I'm really passionate about getting back into demonstrating on TV as well, and actually sharing techniques with you, products with you that I personally love. I hope you can tune into my shows here live at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Beat Up. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
Yeah, it looks lovely. Don't worry about it. Hello there, welcome back. It's your final call, your final opportunity to get hold of your one-day special. 5 o'clock every single evening is the last opportunity that you have to get hold of your one-day special. And we have had a lovely 24 hours with you, Lou.
We've really enjoyed it.
It's been good fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, really loved it. Every minute. It's my first one. Nervous, and it's been wonderful.
There's no need to be nervous because you know your product's inside out. You've been showing us some incredible demonstrations and we've been loving it. And you have been taking advantage of this one-day special in your droves and everything else that Lou's been demonstrating as well.
Wonderful products.
It is. Brilliant. And we'll be telling you more about those in the next few moments. But if you want to take advantage of that £19 saving, you've only got 59 minutes to do so. The clock is on your screen. It is ticking away and that will be your countdown to your last opportunity to get hold of this at that discounted price. 6 o'clock this evening, it's going to go up to £54.99 and we will be launching a brand new one-day special. That's the thing. It's just here for 24 hours and 24 hours only. So now's your last opportunity. If you've got any questions that you want to ask, then now is the time to do it. studio@hochanda.com. But for the last and final time, this is a brilliant one-day special, I have to say.
It is. It's so versatile. People just look at the products and think that's all that they're going to be able to do. But you can see all the stuff that behind us, it's done with these basic products, and it's like a foundation, a base.
And it's a brilliant base to start with.
Yeah, it's so versatile.
So over the last 24 hours, we launched at 6 o'clock last night. We've seen you use these as with a watercolour effect. They're not watercolours, but they give you that effect.
Can use it like that.
You've used them mixing them with texture paste to give dimension with these as well. Stamping with them as well, making backgrounds with them.
Making chalk paints, acrylic inks. Extending them into watercolours and like you say, flooding them with colour, using them with mixed media.
And all from that core one-day special. Now we'll show you around the individual elements in just a few moments, but feast your eyes on some of these finished samples. Design team have had loads of fun with these, haven't they?
I am so lucky with my design team. They're absolutely amazing, so dedicated, and I think anything is, if you really love the product and you really believe in it, it sounds really twee, but it's true, you really...
And what sort of feedback have you had from the design team about these elements?
I just love them because there's no... They said to me, what do we do now? And I just said, well, do what you want to do. Because that way you're going to do the best. And they just said they just love them. Just love the fact that you can go from grunge to really pastel and polymer clay.
Well, this is it. I'd never dream of putting polymer clay on the front of an address book or a notebook or a diary. But look at that. It looks like metal.
It does. And, you know, you can change it to look like... So, you know, going through embossing folders. We've all got gems. We've all got embossing folders. So, you know, using it. And then from that, we've gone on to some other products like mylar and tracing paper.
Absolutely incredible.
This is a Duralar, I think it is, but it's, I know Kay uses this on
That's
this
right,
show.
she does, yeah.
And it's a wonderful product.
Yeah.
And she gave me some, and the colours on that are amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Now, of course, the one-day special, we've got that core of the primary colours. So talk us around what we've got here. We've got your red, your yellow and your blue.
Yeah.
Kind of the core of all
They're
colours.
your three primaries, and the true primaries, because you'll get off colours that they won't create the right greens and stuff. So we've also got the ochre.
Now, these are interesting because these are going to change the way that those original three perform.
Yep, and from those base three, it's infinite. I can't tell you how many because it's up to you. And each time then, when you get colours, you can create light and dark with these. Okay. And then you can offset it with a subtleness with the ochre.
Lovely. So that kind of takes the edge off the colours, tones them down slightly.
In here.
Then you've got your shadows and your lighter tones with the other two as well.
We've just actually seen some of the ochres.
Let's bring that in just to show you. So, okay.
And, you know, the ochres there as well.
So whereabouts is the ochre
the ochre is this colour.
Oh, just around the edges on these.
And you can see in there. And this is the ochre.
It's around here.
There's the ochre, true ochre as it's used as paint.
It's a beautiful colour in its own right.
It is, but it's overlooked. You look at that and you think, mustard. But it's actually, once you start using it, you see how it tones everything down. It's beautiful.
When I studied aromatherapy, sandalwood was an oil that tied two oils together, and I kind of get that impression that that's what the yellow ochre's doing.
Yeah, it is. It's a main one
for
the
bridge between them.
Of course it is, yeah.
Then you've got your black, and you've also got your white, so that's going to add your tones, your shades and things like that. Then the big tub at the top here. This is where we have loads of fun.
I'd have to say, it's easier for me to say what you can't do with it, and that's eat it. That's your please, that was a joke, but you can do everything else with it. You can use it on your fabrics, you can use it on most substrates. I don't think there's anything that I can't use it on. So
whether we're talking non-porous cardstock, grade board, chipboard, MDF, but porous, things like your glass, your acetate, ceramic tiles.
Absolutely, it's a glue, it's a collage glue, but it's also a protective layer. It doesn't stay sticky. A lot of products, when you try and seal them, they have a sticky residue because they never actually cure. This cures, but you also create dimension with it. And I've got some little samples to show you that you can create really high gloss or a matte finish.
Lovely, and we'll see that in action. Also getting your acrylic marker. Now, you can't get hold of this any other way. It is part of your one-day special. We did have it available individually, but sadly we have lost it. And this is where, and I know I keep referencing Leonie, but I know the likes of Lisa Horton's used it to accent and highlight. Lots of people do that. Kay does as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the black's offset with the white. Yeah. But I've used it in a scratchy way, so I've actually it's versatile. The nib looks quite big, but it's actually not. And then you highlight. It's quite beautiful to see how
little tiny accents. That's all that you need, isn't it?
That's all you need, and then suddenly you think, whoa, that's really brought that alive. Like there's some little bubbles here. I think that's the one. There we go. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
Yeah. Can you see how
it's kind of like a soft accent to it, but it just does the job.
Well, the softness is where you can blend it out.
That's it.
You know, you can have it dry
it a little bit.
And you can use it as a pure paint if you dab it down. You can take it away. It's almost transportable.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's really good.
That makes sense.
And you can sort of do your journaling, which is what I do on these.
And then finally, you've got that pewter finish. This is beautiful. I need to show you that effect that you get. It's incredible. This is the best way of showing it. Now, all the colours within this sample here have come from the one-day special.
I won't use anything else because it's not fair. I wouldn't do that. But these are all mixed from those core colours, so and the black and white. But then I wanted to show you how the veil. That's how I like to say it.
I think that's a brilliant description, to be honest.
It's like a mink colour, and it just adds that subtleness to it. Yeah. It's not over the top, because a lot of people don't want bling, but that's just interest to me. You sort of have to look. Yeah. Something about that.
You just see it when that light. It's not a garish or a glary shimmer, but it's and of course that ultraviolet look is very hot for 2018.
Pantone colour,
colour of the year. Now your one-day special. If you're wanting to get hold of it, now's the time. Did I touch on your toe?
No, I stood on you.
It's 729 at 637. That is what you're getting within your one-day special. Brilliant value for money, I have to say. So if you do want to get hold of that, now is the time to get hold of it. Been very, very popular, and lots of you have been going for the one-day special and adding other things things into your basket as well. And don't forget, if you do so, it's just £1 extra with your post and packing, but keep an eye on it, because it starts getting to £6. It might be worth you considering going for your Freedom membership. And we've actually got discounted prices for Freedom members as well, so it might be worth thinking about. Now, this proved to be incredibly popular at launch. We sold out. We managed to get hold of some more stock, and it has still proved to be popular, and a third of that restock stock has gone now.
You look at that, you think it's a tub of white stuff and tracing paper, and this tracing paper is superb. It's got 2 grains, it's got both ways, so when you tear it, it rips straight.
Brilliant.
But you've got then a parchment feel, so your parchers can use some of the... You don't want to use your beautiful clarity parchments and stuff, unless you know, until you're ready to do something. Practice on this. Yeah. But you can also paint on them and use your pencils.
I do like that idea.
They're pencils, they're paints.
Oh, look at this as well.
And these, and then you can curl them and emboss them. And behind us, we've got like a little picture with lights behind it. And
do you want to grab it? You get hold of that. But I mean, that is brilliant. Using those different colours to do your backdrop, you can see just drizzled around those colours. This is beautiful. I love that idea.
I just got a cheap little box from one of the bargain shops. It's dinged up now, but quite like that. And then it's inspirational words, and just have a few of them dotted around your room. It's almost subtle lighting.
And this is the kind of thing that as time goes on, you could change that if you wanted to.
And you could change, you could put a picture behind it with the transfer medium.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You could put images, and you could see lights coming from behind them.
Nice
idea. And we've got another one there that shows... They've all gone changed around now, but there's a butterfly one somewhere, and it shows how it's... you can see the colours through it very vividly.
Beautiful.
So.
There you go. Now, if you fancy getting hold of that image transfer, again, you'll be in very good company, should I say, because so many of you have gone for this already. 898-164. If you missed out on this at 9 o'clock this morning, now is your opportunity to get hold of it. But as I said, a third of the stock has gone with that one, so do make sure you get hold of that one as soon as you can. Now, another bundle that's proved to be incredibly popular is this one here, and this one is brilliant value for money. I will be honest with you, at 9 o'clock this morning, I kind of got the wrong idea behind this, because we do talk about this magic ingredient here, which we'll show you in just a few moments, pearl medium. You might be thinking, no, pearl medium, has it gone? Oh, okay. I'll try and tell you then.
We've got the pictures, but you can look later.
I had to be quick. I didn't realise that we were that close to that one. Yeah, keep a note of that item number. We're not going to get it back in stock for this show, but obviously keep an eye open for when Lou's going to be back with us. We might have it available then, but thank you to everybody that got hold of that. Oh, I was looking forward to showing you all the little beady bits in there. Don't know what to do now. What shall we talk about instead? Shall we look at another bundle? Yeah, we'll have a look at this one, because you have loved this one too as well. Yeah. This one is brilliant because you've got obviously the pewter within the one-day special, but additional colours and a pearlescent finish in with this one.
Absolutely lovely.
Tell me about these.
Right, you've got really, it looks small, they look tiny, but I have constantly used mine for ages and ages and ages, and I still... I can't even get halfway through them, so don't be put off by the size. The packed, powerful power of colour in there. But you're also you can paint with them, watercolour with them, you can mix them with your gel mediums and they become a stain, they become a glaze. You can then use them as a dry brush, and then you can do something. I know we can't use that, but maybe Hayley can do a wiggling and show you that.
Oh, around the outer parameter of this one.
Can you just see it on the little bar?
So can you see that kind of gold effect that we're seeing on the backdrop? So that's kind of gone onto the watercolour cardstock, but equally so it's gone on top of those little beads. In the pearl medium.
So that's using it dry with your fingers, or you can use the silicone, you know, texture. So it's a two-way. I love it when they do more than one thing. That's
well, this is it. And I think I remember years and years ago when I got into crafting, somebody said to me, when she buys things, she needs to have at least three ways of using it to make it value for money.
I know. And I do that, and I listen to that, and it's true. Because otherwise, you're spending it. It's quite expensive if it's just for a one.
Yeah. You don't want one-trick ponies.
No, we don't.
Now you're also getting your thickening medium in with this. Right. How are we going to use that?
Use that very, very sparingly, and that's so people want to create lines and brush strokes and textures. It's got the consistency of like clotted cream. It's like
very thick.
It's lovely. It's like cheese. It's, you know, and when I was using it, you put a tiny bit of the medium you want, like the inks, or to me, it's perfect with the inks. And then you sort of work it together, but it stays.
It keeps its form.
But you can see it's to do with the art form they call impasto, where you can see the lines and they create the texture. Yeah. That's really handy, and it extends all your paints as well.
There
so
you go.
watercolours included.
Definitely worth going for.
Yeah,
121561 if you fancy adding that in. Very affordable there at £14.99.
That's really good price.
It is a good price, isn't it? And of course, don't forget you're going to get your pewter if you go for your one-day special as well, because that's going to be added in. Where's the label on that one?
They work out. I was working out. They work out about £1.75 to £2 of tube.
Wow! Oh my goodness.
That's. How much is a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
How much is it to park?
Yes, that's true, actually. Yeah,
you know, so by the time you've had that, and then that, to me, a cup of coffee's gone, but that'll give me hours of pleasure.
That's right. There you go. If you fancy getting hold of anything, then jump onto the website. You will find everything that we're going to be working with on there. You'll also see some brilliant reviews there. Of course, it's the first time Lou's been here with a one-day special. I'm sure we're going to see much more of her. It's been inspirational, and thank you so much for the feedback that you've been giving on social media, because we've seen some fabulous demonstrations, and we've loved working with you here today.
I really enjoyed it. It's been a challenge to see how many. I thought you're going to run out of demos, but I think I've had people talking to me from the groups and stuff, and they've all said, try that. So it just shows you.
Yeah,
it's
just
no stop.
Yeah.
Right.
So what we're going to do in the next demo?
Well, basically we're going to use the photo transfer.
Okay.
Right, and this is really, I was saying before, I used that analogy where my dad had a washer and dryer combined. It did both tricks, but it wasn't brilliant.
Well.
No. So why I'm saying that, you think, there is a reason. There are a lot of gel mediums out there that you could do a transfer technique with.
Okay.
However, I've not come across it as good as this.
Okay.
Hayley, before, very kindly printed me some pictures off, because we have to deal with copyright. So Hayley said, there's the pictures. Now, on this bottle, on this tub, it says 24 hours. And I've been able to do one in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
and I've got quite a distressed effect, but if you leave it the proper time, it's going to be amazing. So this is the distressed effect.
Okay, so kind of, it's not damaging your original, because it's something that you've scanned in and printed off, so you can do that over and over again. And the tracing paper that's included with this, you could print onto that.
Oh, it's perfect for that, because, as we were saying before, it's almost, you get translucent layers, so you could almost do what we call a diorama, where you have images building up, build a three-dimensional picture. So you can print on it, but you can also do this in it, and I wanted to try it because I wanted to make sure that what I say you can do at home.
Okay, fair enough then.
So when you get this medium, they all look very similar, and just to point out, actually, we've seen this before, there's a green band on that. Anything else with a green band belongs to that family, so it's really simple to know what they are. And if there's a red, like these have red and these have got red on them, means they're part of one family.
Okay.
So you see the green and you know they're all going to work together. So we're going to do a transfer, and we're going to just see. So what you do is you get your paper. At this part I'm just using watercolour paper, just so that you can see it. So I've got a nice smooth surface, and I've got this wonderful picture.
That's me and my little sister and my dad.
There we go. And you've printed this off here, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, just on the printer at work,
Printer at work. Now, it does say laser printer, but I have not got a laser printer, and it works. However, I can't promise that, but I have had no problems with this.
Okay.
And so, please, try it. If it's not good, I don't want you to break your machine, but try all these things, because sometimes you get effects that you never thought you could. So, basically, it's quite gloopy. You don't need a lot, but what you do need to do is make sure there's glue on both surfaces.
Okay.
So you can have a very thin layer. What you don't want, if there's any gaps missing, it'll be a gap in that.
Okay.
And what this actually does is it's sort of, the ink does not sink through, it sits on top. It sits
on the surface of the paper, right.
And this glue actually adheres the ink to that surface.
Okay.
So what happens is, they glue the two together. So the ink is then glued to this. So remember, with words and stuff, they're going to be backwards.
Okay.
But then once you've got that on, both surfaces, you make sure there's no gaps, and then you burnish it.
Okay.
But don't be tempted to go really hard, because it's still damp. And the burnishing, the warmth of it activates the molecules and they sort of collect together. So they're all going mad in there now. I'm drawing out
hold of each other.
Yeah, get that ink, get that ink. So then you leave that if you want. Now I've got a few little techniques we're going to try here.
Okay.
So you leave that to one side, and this is one I did 5 minutes before the show.
And if you wanted to, could you use the colours from the one-day special to kind of prepare your cardstock? You've got one there already?
Yeah, I've got one here, and I've done it with the gel medium to see what it's like.
Lovely.
So I've done it with a matte gel medium underneath it to see if we get raised.
Okay, sounds good.
So what I've done is, some of them I've left. I always like to leave a little bit, because I'll show you why. This is how I found that if you have a little bit, when you tear back, you're almost taking the first layer of the paper away.
Yeah.
And just to show you, there's no ink.
That's right, because it's almost like it's taking that top layer of coating away.
The ink's on here.
Okay.
So the ink's been attracted by that glue. So I'm just going to peel off the loose bits.
Okay.
Which are the bits I don't really want.
Edges, which is nice, because you don't necessarily want a smooth edge.
But you can get one if you want. If you want a perfectly cut edge, you can do that. So we've got to this. Here's where the magic. I love this bit. We used to do this in school, and the kids used to love it because we're like, oh, look, I've got a picture with this person, and they choose like the favourite rap artist, and they just stood next to him, you know, it's like copyright anyway, but oh, it's me and you, look. So now you've dampened the layer, you've pulled one layer away so the water's able to get through.
Okay.
And now all we do is, here's the big reveal.
Oh, these look like familiar faces.
Oh, that one on the right, stopped you there. Now, as I said, I've done this with my gel mediums, I've done it with packing tape, I've done it with sticky tape, and they've never come out like that.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just collecting the fibres.
Yeah.
If you rub too hard, you'll start to take the ink off.
Okay.
But if I just carry on and carry on, you'll start to see how dark I go. But, right, can you see?
Yeah.
Just here.
It's just lifted it,
It's lifting it. Now, if I leave that a little bit longer, that won't happen.
Okay.
But you leave that to dry, and then if it's got what we call it has like a glaze on it, that means you've still got a layer of paper on.
Okay.
So you just do it again. Well, yeah, there you go. There's that picture that you had 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's now transferred. And it's not a laser printer. So you can do that on metal, on glass, on any surfaces that you want.
So that could have gone to some fabric if we wanted to, on a canvas.
Perfect. But if you remember, you've got to remember that the texture that you're putting it on is if it's high.
So it will actually, it could have an effect on that, because it's got quite a smooth finish with that one.
So,
let's see what happens
here
then.
I wanted to see, I've not done this before, so if it all goes pear-shaped, I'm sorry. But
no, that's not a problem, because that's something that we might experiment with at home. Yeah. So, okay, so there we go. So the image is being transferred over, and we can see as you're tearing it back.
Glue to glue, burnished and activated it with a little bit of heat. I mean, I have been known to sit on these until they dry.
A novel way of getting them to dry.
Yeah.
Now, the colour in the backdrop, that's obviously come from our one-day special, and of course you've got your mediums in there, you've got your different mixes in there as well. Brilliant value for money. We continue to get the details for that at the bottom of the screen.
I will show you how to do that. It's basically the gel matte medium is mixed with a tiny bit of ink and then put through a stencil.
But of course it has to dry, which is kind of, we're doing this back to front because we haven't got the time for it to dry as well.
I just wanted to show you the textures. I mean, I haven't done this. I want to know, will it work higher and lower levels? How will it work?
And of course it depends on the actual image that you've got as well, because some of the dimension, the clarity of the image, you may well lose. So it might be that text works better than an actual photograph. And
so you're not getting the whole picture, but what you are getting are the high bits. You're getting glimpses of, it's almost like glimpses of your face there, and your the two of you there. So to me that's too. You can just see it now coming through, but you need to really let that dry. But I love that because I can see it on the blue. I could see that in a couple of hours.
You can see little Andrea peeping through, and my dad peeping through a bit more, so
You leave that to dry, it'll become even more and stronger. And then when you put a medium over the top, just show you on this one, you can see it starting to go grey.
Yes.
But I could start to put a medium over the top to seal it. And now
the colour comes back.
There we go. It's now gone dark. So there's that. But it is. That's 5 minutes. You literally. I came in 5 minutes before the studio and did it.
They're all there.
So if you imagine you could do that in 5 to 10 minutes, what are you going to do with an hour?
Loads of fun.
I tend to do all this at night. and then in the morning I start again.
Work your way through them.
And that's
brilliant.
it.
So there we go. So if you wanted to get hold of your image transfer bundle, details are up on your screen, £17.99, 898-164 being your item number. And don't forget, you're going to get a huge pot, tiny amount that we saw there was used to create that image transfer. And of course, you're getting your tracing paper that you could actually print onto and then transfer that over onto your cups, your ceramics, your mirrors, your glass, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. But of course, the base was we're using the one-day special. So of course, in that one-day special, we've got everything that we need to create that fabulous base.
Absolutely, everything. And just about, sorry to lean over, but this has got all of it on. It's the gel medium with the matte gel medium, the extra heavy gel medium, and the glossy medium. So they all interact together. So it's almost like a glaze. You can use it on your jewellery, on your bezels. You can use it on almost. I've done it so it looks like microscope little parts that blow up. It gives it that magnifying.
It does, and it's brilliant for highlighting. You can see it, like skulls and all sorts really comes to the front with this.
And what you can do, and I forgot to mention it, is you can get little tiny nibs. You water this down, and you can draw with it.
Oh right.
So you get the metal nibs.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to show you is, this is the. I'll need the extra thick. Which I've got the gel medium, and I'm just going to show you. This is slightly thinner than the one you've got, but they all work the same, and I'll show you how heavy that one is. And when you're using it, it's so simple to use. You get your stencil, you get this, but please don't do that. What I've done. You know.
So is this the from the where you've got the different? Oh, this is the one from the one-day special.
Yeah,
right,
this is the one from the one-day special. And basically, all we're going to do, if I did have that, where's it gone? Oh, it was so tidy before. Right, but basically, I'll put it with this. You can put it through your stencil and just like that, straight off, and then that will dry to this, either a gloss or a matte. And you can see how heavy, it's not heavy, high.
Yeah.
So that is really raised, and you can see
the texture in there.
And you can build it up. So the glossy one has a really different effect. So, but how will that work with what we've got? Well, I'll show you now. We're going to do a little bit of. We choose a colour. We'll choose. We'll choose red.
Fabulous.
Right. And I'm just going to show you how much you need.
Now we have had a couple of people ask the same question, and have I got names for the people? Asking about the flakes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
At some point, do you think, if we've got opportunity, can you incorporate those into one of your demos?
You can use them in the gel medium. Okay. Now, they are a flake, and they're like a dust and a glitter, so they're really amazing, but don't breathe near them.
Okay.
You know, they are,
windows closed.
Yeah. I'll just do a quick warning, but they are brilliant. And, and I used them on polymer clay, and I didn't bring it with me because I forgot, actually. But you can actually burnish them into the surface of the polymer clay, and you get like a film.
Oh, I'll have a look at that.
Like a soft, it's almost like a fabric. So anyway, we've got this now, and I've got a tiny. You saw me use a blob. I'll do it again just to make sure people can see.
Okay. And you've got pipettes with all of these, because you only need the tiniest amount.
I always squeeze it out because I never use that. But you basically, that's all you're using. And I will use that. I won't use that when I'll show you. And then your best bet is to get a dry. Sometimes you get paper towels. These and the very old. Leave the top off.
Yeah, I do that, and they dry out, don't they?
Yeah. But you can use them like that. But they do get. You get a really good coverage. So just that one.
Okay.
And I'm just going to do it on this and see how far we go. Right. Well, it would help if I used the right one.
There we go.
That's better. Right, this is really dry. This is a wet wipe. So what's happening is, can you see it's sort of doing a real watercolour. So I'll get a little bit more, and you can see now.
I'll build up the intensity.
Yeah. So I can build it up. But as I was doing before, the one-day special, you need that in your life. You seriously do, because I'm starting with these colours, but when I start to add the colours next to each other, I've got a tiny bit of blue. And then I'm going to go to this side.
Now, incidentally, the colours that we're talking about, so your primary colours with your red, your blue and your yellow, and as well as the ochre, the black and the white, you can get hold of those on the website for £32.99, but they're included with your one-day special. And for £3 extra, that means that you're going to get that extra heavy gloss medium in there. You're also going to get that acrylic marker in there, and of course you're going to get that pewter acrylic paint as well, so it's definitely worth adding these.
It is, and I just to reiterate what I did, I used the ink on here, but you can also apply it to your baby white and have it, and you do get a really intense colour then. So you can see I'm blending that in, and I'm using the moisture and I mean, some of them have got alcohol and all sorts of things in them, but that does help to blend. And you can do what Sheena Douglas does with the glycerin.
So you could add that in if you wanted to work it in that way.
And if I wanted to use my finger, I just go in.
And if you wanted a chalk paint finish, use a gesso, and then you can you do it that way too.
So there's now building it up. So you can use, you don't have to use your fingers, it's just that some people like to blend with that. But I've got a really nice ombre now. Your gesso, please always use your lid, don't use it from there, because it's easier, once you contaminate your big gesso, it's easy to contaminate, but if you're using your lid, you don't actually contaminate. You need that much. And I'm using the gesso from the bundle today, and we're going to create now. We've got acrylic, we've got a watercolour effect, although it is acrylic. Now I'm going to make, and that's way too strong, I'm now going to make a chalk paint, and I'll do.
And that could be any colour chalk paint, because you've got your primaries in there, so you can mix the two together. If you want a greenish tone, then obviously take your blue and your yellow. If you want something more purple, then the red and the blue together make beautiful colourways. So just that kind of the basic colour mixing, you can make your own range. And then you could add in your ochre, you could add in your black or your white, depending on what you wanted to do, and then add in your gesso to give it more of a chalk paint finish.
You can see the chalk paint now is giving you that effect. I'll go back onto this. And I know some people, I did a demo last, and you can add the white to the top over it.
Oh, tones it down, yeah.
So you've got a really bright colour and you don't like that, you might have made, oh, look at that, nearly dropped it, everybody, nearly dropped it. So you don't like that colour. Oh no, what have I done? It's too heavy. Let's get a little bit, by using it in the lid, I can now tame it all down and then create even more, and I can get rid of it with a gesso. So clean.
And the beauty of that gesso is, if all else fails, just go over with your gesso and then start again.
But I see, yeah, you can start again, but half the time these backgrounds that you'll see behind me have been done on mistakes.
Yeah, they evolve, don't they?
So they're quite different.
Yeah.
Paint.
Similar technique, but yeah, different results.
Yeah, and I can actually show you if you want to do another demo. I can show you.
Shall I do a quick recap and then pop back just to give you the opportunity, and also to draw the attention to the fact that we're halfway through the show already. 29 minutes. Oh, she doesn't want to go home.
No,
we don't want you to go home.
I don't want to go. I've loved it.
Now you've got a little over half an hour to take advantage of that one-day special. At 6 o'clock we'll be launching a brand new one-day special. We've got Ali Higginbottom here getting set up ready for a Zoe one-day special, and of course you could be actually changing the colour of your fabrics using these, because you can use everything you can see here on your fabrics and so much more. 729 637, that is the item number for you to get hold of your one-day special, but you're running out of time. It's a £19 saving. It's an incredible saving, I have to say, and at £35.99 it could be opening up a brand new avenue for you with regards to your crafting. Now obviously you've been talking a lot about mixed media, and there'll be a lot of traditional crafters out there who are using their card making, using their die cutting. Don't forget, you can use these in so many different ways. Earlier on today we saw Lou using these for rubber stamping, making your own inks, stamping out with those, using them with a brayer, creating your own backgrounds, use them with your embossing folders, and again using almost that letterpress effect with these. They are so diverse. They're water based, so of course you can work with them and clean your brushes and all that kind of thing, but they're acrylics that are going to behave in so many different ways because because of the beauty and the nature of that kind of formulation behind them. You've got your primary colours to start with, so as we all know, that is the foundation of any colour work that you're going to be working with. Mix them together to make your own unique shades, and of course if you do need to go darker or lighter with those, then you can do, because you're going to get your white and your black. You're also going to get this magic ingredient here, your ochre, that is going to allow you to actually tone down those colours if you're wanting to take the edge off them, maybe give them a little bit more of an antique look, or maybe use it in its own right, so as when you've got them side by side, it is toning down. You can see on each of these bottles as well, it's giving you lots of inspiration of how you can use these, so you don't have to just use them with your brushes, you don't have to use them just with your fingers. You can get things like your mapping pens involved with these. If you've got something like a spray, you know, like with an airspray type thing, airbrush, that's the word I'm looking for, you can actually use them in there as well, because the formulation will allow you to do that. Now, what you're looking at there would normally cost you £32.99. Okay, brilliant value for money. Using a tiny amount is going a long, long way. But how about, I say to you, what about adding in these 3 additional items for that extra £3? Yep, that's all it's going to cost you, in addition to getting those paints, because your one-day special is featuring that extra heavy gloss medium that's going to allow you to get that depth and dimension. That it's in a clear formulation. You can change the colour of that if you're wanting to by adding in those inks, or maybe you'll use it as a resist, so it's going to kind of keep that card stock underneath in its colour tone, and then you're adding the colouring around it. Also going to get that acrylic marker, as well as that fabulous pewter finish acrylic paint, which has just fallen off the counter. Oh, it's doing so well. Never mind. But you're going to use it in so many different ways. I mean, every single one of the finished samples around us just echoing how versatile these are. And again, the design team have really come up with an amazing range of different ways of using these. Earlier on, Lou was talking about how she started this with a kind of little journaling elements here. But again, using those ochres to tie in those colours. If you want to go down that antique route, then you can do. If you want to go down that bright, vibrant route, then you can do. It's all contained within this one-day special. Fancy having a little bit of a doodle? Then have a doodle. Use that white paint to actually, it's paint within a pen basically, so you can actually use it for your Zen doodle in there. You've got your backdrop that you could be creating with these, and those chalk finishes. So many different ways you can be working with these and getting some absolutely incredible results. Look at this. The texture that you've got, because of course that gel medium, you can add things into that if you want to go over the top with your paints and get some absolutely incredible results time and time again. And that is the beauty of working with this. You're going to have so much fun with this. I can feel it in my water. And if you are thinking to yourself, oh, it's all a little bit scary, check out my Facebook page, Hayley at Hochanda TV, and I've actually put a link on there for the Facebook group that Lou is involved with. So there's lots of support, lots of inspiration, lots of ideas, and lots of places where you can actually ask those questions that you might think is a silly question, and it's a lot simpler than you might think. 729-637, that is the key thing. Get hold of your one-day special, and then you can investigate all the different ways you can be able to use this. You're going to have so much fun. Really is a brilliant deal, but only at that price up until 6 o'clock this evening. I'm going to head back down to the demo area in a few moments, but I just need to mention to you about that transfer medium. This is a brilliant bundle. Again, incredible value for money at £17.99. You're going to get your 50 sheets of your tracing paper, and as we heard, you can actually print directly to that if you wanted to. Or you could build up an inky background if you wanted to. You can do, using this almost as your transfer medium, almost like a palette. You create your image, create your design, whether it's with your printer, whether it's with your inks, your pencils, however you want to do. And then by using that transfer medium over the top of this, as well as over the top of whatever project you're working on, could be a mug or a plate or a ceramic tile, transfer your creation over. That is the beauty of this. And then, of course, you can use it on papers and there's different elements where you want to lift that image and put it somewhere else. 898164. Again, go back and watch the shows. Lou was here at 6 o'clock last night, 8 o'clock last night, 9 o'clock this morning, 1 o'clock lunchtime, and, of course, final call is 5 o'clock now. Brilliant deal, I have to say. Take advantage of that. Now, as you're adding everything into your basket, you'll be kind of seeing that post and packing rack up. Only £1 extra to add extra bits and pieces in, but it soon gets up to that £6 mark. mark, that's when you need to be considering your Freedom membership. And we've also got a brilliant deal within the show today where you can take advantage of a saving with those different mediums. Check them out on the website. We've got a choice of about 4 different ones, matte and glossy and thicker and thinner, and there's all sorts there. 888 is the item number for you to take advantage of your Freedom membership. And of course, as you can see, it's bringing you all those benefits you can see there on your screen. But of course, adding your one-day special in at the same time as that means you're not going to pay any additional post and packing on your one-day special, so it's definitely worth thinking about. Oh, these look pretty. These stamped images.
Yep, I've used indigo blue stamp here. Love them. And I've embossed it and I've heated it just to get the rays.
Protected the image, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Because I want to resist here. But I want to show you now, I've used 2 dots of colour. But I want to show, for people who are a little bit scared, we're saying about the mixed media, this is more for you, say, your watercolourist.
Okay.
So I'm going to tiny bit of water and I'm just going to put...
Oh, wow, look at that power of colour.
Right, and I've got a little bit of water in my brush and I'm just pulling the colour out like that. Now, on there, you can do 2 things. You can add a tiny bit of yellow and then...
Oh, that's nice, bringing the 2 together.
Now, that's quite vibrant and that might not be everybody's cup of tea. So I'll just finish this because I can't stand having...
half a picture.
Oh, no. But on the next 2, I'm going to go just the opposite. So what we could do, I'm going to add water to the actual ink. So I'm going to get a watercolour effect. So on this one, I'll show you get a veil.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
But in the same way, I can add a tiny bit of the yellow to it and bring... But you can see how intense these colours... But this is now... I mean, if you just dab the colours off...
Oh, that's lovely.
But now we've got a peach, an orange, a pink, and I can go back in and add more. Well, what I would say is, please, dry it in between if you want to keep the colours strong. But then, I've got now something really nice, and you know, it resembles watercolours. So, I'm just, if you don't like the colour, dab it off. Add some more where you want it. And while it's still wet, it's still you can still use and change. Once it's dried, it's permanent and it becomes
And that's the kind of thing with a watercolour, obviously as it dries, it still is watercolour, so if it got damp, it could be a case of that the colours dissipate. With this, they're locked in and they're sealed. As soon as it's dry, it behaves in the same way as an acrylic paint that we know and love.
It is, that is exactly what it is. And the gel medium, I want to just show you that the gel medium in the one-day special. This is why the pack's together. It's so important that you realise that it's not just, this is not just for glue. This can actually extend all your paints. So on the last 2 little leaves, I'm going to create a glaze.
Ooh,
so one blob. And when I talk blobs, I mean, I'm not even putting ink in the pipette. I'm actually just using what's on the end of it. So now what I'm going to do is please clean your brush or use it from the lid, and you're just getting a tiny bit of the gel medium. That's even too much.
And of course, again, it's still in your one-day special.
And this is why they all work together. And now I've got, on the last 2, a glaze. Now, whether you've got a matte or a gloss finish will obviously give you what your end thing is. So it'll either look like that with the glaze on it, or it'll look shiny. Like it'll look more shiny like that.
Because you've got the gloss finish within this one. You can get hold of the matte as well if you do want to get hold of the matte. We have got that available. I've just spied a couple of finished samples. I'm just going to wander off for a second. I won't be long.
So what I can do is just build up the glaze at the bottom, and you can see I'm just adding the colour to it, and you can still extend it. So it extends. That's perfect one.
That shows you exactly how you can use that gloss. I just, as you, Lou was talking there, I looked across and I could see this. This is where you can see the difference that gloss makes. So obviously you can see the colours have been used on the canvas there, a beautiful result using a rubber stamp. But then those circles have been popped down using that glaze. Now, can you see there how you've got that texture in there? You've almost got those brush strokes, which you might want to go for purity. You might want to go for a pure, almost glass-like finish, which you can do. But if you like to kind of have that rustic feel in there, it's almost the nature of the piece of art being put together to see those lines in there. It's where it's kind of coming together. But I just love that, and you could use this to bezel set gems and all sorts.
And the gel, well, I can't talk about that because we haven't got it, but yeah, all these gel mediums you can put stuff into and sink stuff, and it seals it. So it's a really good one. I wouldn't say soak it or anything because I don't know if if you do soak it, how it reacts. But it's pretty sturdy stuff. Yeah. It's pretty sturdy stuff.
Brilliant. So. And of course, included the gloss is included with your one-day special.
So we've got this really nice glaze, and all depending on your finish. So in essence, we've gone purest watercolour in now. So a lot of people would say, well, it's not that pure watercolour, but it behaves the same way. It's not a watercolour because it's going to be permanent. However,
and you've got that shimmer and shine.
Yeah, that's perfect. You
obviously,
can wiggle
as it dries, then you will see it more so, because at the moment it's still very wet. But you can see where that glaze has been used there to add that shimmer and shine to it. Just to finish it off, beautiful. And that, you can imagine that actually adding that to a printed page. So if you've got something like a scrapbook page that's got a rose and you're wanting to add almost like the morning dew to the leaves, you could put drops of that on there and it would give that illusion.
Yeah, I mean, there are things like glossy accents that are but it behaves in the same way. Yeah. But it's a lot more, it's more industrial, this is, so it's heavier. So, shall I try the one I did before? A lot of people thank you for your messages as well. Everybody, wonderful. But you said you like the idea of using one colour, stamping, and doing the whole piece of work with one. So if you want me to...
Yeah, could you do that? Yeah. Are you able to bring in the flakes as well for this?
I can actually do that now.
Will that come in with it?
Yeah,
only because we had a couple of questions. And of course, it's the last opportunity for us to see that.
I mean, I'll even put them on now. I can get the gel medium and I can put them... I've just put gel medium on my hand.
So again, this has come from the one-day special.
So just leave it. You can see it, wiggle it. I'm rubbish at this. Oh, go on.
We don't know where on the flatter it goes, and we put it on the TV screen there. Sometimes if you just push it away from you can see it there.
Right. Now
that's still wet.
Yeah, there are a couple of samples. Now the glitter flakes are all the way up there, so I haven't got them. This should be.
Have we got them on the counter? Oh, I don't think. Have we got them out? Oh no, we haven't got them out. Oh, we might have to grab hold of those.
Right, I haven't got them out. So.
Don't worry, you carry on with your demo and we'll see if we can get hold of those.
I'll do that at the end then. I'll do that at the end for everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to. We've got this texture, so I'm going to get a baby wipe. Baby wipe. I'll use. There they go. There they are. And I'm going to just choose one colour. So I've got to get my tools ready.
Lovely.
Which is that, and one colour.
While you're doing that, let me just give you those details. Those glitter, we've got them up on the screen there. And it's going to be dispatched from the 11th of January, just to accommodate for all the, obviously the Christmas post and catching up on orders and things like that. So these are your flakes. So these ones are your blacker flakes. You've got a variety of different colours with these as well. £11.99. So if you wanted the black, then obviously that is the option that you go for. There's lots of other ones that you can check out as well. 031-478 being the item number if you're wanting to get hold of those.
Brilliant.
We have got a pot of those though, so
now
look at this.
Please be wary that the dust does fly, but I don't mean dangerously.
No.
But if you see that I can now put that in there. I'm not a pure glitter person.
That's nice. I like that. It's an elegant look.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to just use your...
Yeah, you use our Millie. Millie with her hat on.
Yeah, I love that. Little staffy. It's got to be. So I'll put the gel medium on.
So that's wet.
And then... And I did it with my fingers, so it wasn't...
Let me take those away for you, just to make it.
Right.
I can put that back in.
Now, at home, you'd use your anti-static bags if you wanted to get it, but I don't actually mind that because I use that with my fingers, so I've actually got...
Oh, look at that. There's loads of other colour options, but look at that. And you can see where you've got that more intense look, it's grabbed even more so, because you've got different grades in there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's like a flake, a glitter and a dust. But you can push that if you want to. You can get another, but because the glue's raised, I don't want to do that. But you can actually, in the polymer cake, you can push it into the surface.
Oh, right.
And it becomes like really smooth. Yeah. It's almost like silk.
Oh, wow.
It's really strange how it works.
You're getting a huge pot.
It's good value, and it does last and last and last. And
you can use this in the same way as we'd use glitter as well if we wanted to.
You can emboss with it.
Really?
You can, if you stamp with your gel.
Yeah.
Right, I could get one of my stamps. I could stamp with it onto there and then use that, and it becomes like an embossing powder.
Brilliant, there you go.
So it's really versatile, and I like that. I like the way it's distressed, because, I mean, if we was to get that picture and then do the same around the picture with the glitter, you know, it'd really work.
Yeah,
so
nice idea. Like
it's brilliant. So I hope that's helped, but try and push it down if you want. But I know Carolyn I know, she was breathing, it was like flying everywhere. So there is a bit of a warning with that, and it's not a health warning.
It's so lightweight that it can travel if you're not careful.
And there's like different elements in it. It's like strong, thick parts and thin parts. So I'm just going to show you with the blue. I've got the blue out again. I've got my trusty stencil, and I've just got a baby wipe. Now it is a bit wet, so what'll happen is this will go seep underneath. But I'm just going to do now. I'm just all over. Don't care what that looks like. Now I'm going to get a tiny bit of white on my pad there, and I'm going to use the same one. But now I'm going to use. I've got white on it, and I'm going to incorporate the white, and I'm building like a veil. I know people who are watching me now will say, that's all you ever say. Well, it is with these.
But it is, you're building up your different levels, aren't you? Like you say, the veil is that you can see through it, but you still got the contact. Fabulous.
So it looks like that, and some people are thinking, oh, what's she doing? Well, that's what you get, and you think, oh, I'm throwing that away. Well, no, because what we can do now is I can add paint, and if you wanted to, I'll do corners slightly different on each, so just a little bit of gesso. Remember your gesso is a glue as well. And then I'm going to go mad, and I'm going to get... Shall I have one of these?
Well, you can do if you want. I've bought them all. Well, I say I haven't. Hannah's bought them over, but we've got your black, you've got your silver, you've got your gold in there as well. And it's like an iridescent one that you've got there.
This is absolutely...
Like
I just sit there looking at this. It's silly, but it's absolutely... I don't know if you can see in that. It's absolutely...
Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Let's just tilt it just slightly there. No, you pretty much got it there.
You can't see it on there, but it's like fire. So now what I'm going to put on my gesso.
Okay.
And that will now act as a glue.
That is beautiful. The fact that you've got such a huge pot for £11.99, purely if you're just using this... Oh, look at that.
No, that's nice. Because you get a lot of this iridescent stuff, and it's quite thick, chunky stuff, which is really good. That's what you want.
So could you actually mix that in with your paste, and then you get that dimension, and because it dries clear, you'd still see that iridescent glister running through it?
You've got... It holds it. What's the word? It's in between. It's wonderful.
It's like suspended.
That's the word.
Yeah.
I mean, I can actually do it for you now if you want me to do gesso on that. Gel medium on the top, and I can do it on one side.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. While you're doing that, let me just show you all those different colours. This is brilliant. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, no, I love it. This is what I do.
So we've seen the black, we've seen that fabulous iridescent. Should we have a quick look at the gold and the silver just while Lou is getting herself ready? Look at the gold. Oh,
you choose
that
whatever
is gorgeous.
That's
like a lovely creamy colour. Creamy gold, very elegant in look. So again, huge pots of these, as you can see. There's loads in there. And then finally your silver. If you can stretch to all four of these, I would definitely be considering it, because you haven't got any additional post and packing. Little really does go a long way, and you've got your different grades in there as well. So you've got your fine, almost dust-like element in there, and the larger particles, which obviously you've got that shimmer and shine as well.
I would actually, before I use that, shake that up so you get a mix.
Should we go for the silver, because we've kind of got cool tones going on here, haven't we?
No problem at all. Now I've used. You don't have to use. You know how mucky I get. So, but I'm just tapping it on through the stencil. I'm not trying to smooth it or anything. And what I want to do is create texture. I don't want it to be look like, well, all you're doing is sticking round circles on it. But you can catch...
You can see the peaks and the troughs in it now, yeah.
So now I'm going to just turn it over. And this is how I work at home. in my group I have people say, well, what do you do with that? And I get a bit, not annoyed, but I just say, try it.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know why they stop themselves, but it's almost like...
I think it's a confidence thing, you know, to a certain extent, because you don't want to do it wrong. And I think a lot of us, myself included, you do kind of sometimes lack that confidence to just give it a go and realise there really are no rules with regards to these. And look at that.
I mean, that is now...
And you can still see that texture in there. You've still got those peaks in there.
But when that dries, it'll be
more intensified, because obviously at the moment it's still that white colour tone, but that'll
die down, and then when that's clear, it's like...
You'll see the blue coming through.
What's the word we said before?
Translucent, was that the right word?
When it's transparent. Between each other.
Suspended.
Suspended. Transpended, that's a wrong word. Yeah, suspended within it. So you've got like layers, and it almost becomes like that as well.
I suppose in the same way as we saw the pearls being suspended in the medium earlier, and that's how the glitter is going to be.
Actually, you know, your gel medium will hold all your gems.
Ooh, okay.
It'll hold all your embossing. You've seen it, your embossing powders. It'll and it has a really great effect with the embossing powder, because if you heat it, you've got two different effects happening. In fact, on that, just underneath the butterfly, on the diary, I've created the metallic diary. I've created the rust doing the same thing, mixing the two.
Nice,
You can see there?
Yeah.
That's how I did the rust.
Oh, I see.
By using the two together. It sort of bubbles, and part of it bubbles and part doesn't, and you get that bubbly rust.
I love it. Absolutely. That's a little notebook. Isn't it brilliant? I love it. If you want to get hold of your flakes, 4 different options with regards to those. So you've got your black, your gold, your silver, and of course that multicolour that we saw in action as well. Absolutely beautiful. I think we've got time to squeeze another little demo in. Can I do a quick recap just while you get yourself ready? And then, so if you want to go for those glitters, 031478 is your item number, £11.99. Lots of you going for those now that we've seen them in action, so thank you. We've got about 3 minutes left.
Right. OK, so what I'm going to show you is in fact, I'll just do it here. I've got the ink. I might get a little bit more out. I'll just show you, because I know I like to make a mess, don't I? So I'm just drawing with that pipette. I'm not actually squeezing anything.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, you can draw with the ink, and then what I could do is put the glitter on, and it'll dry in it.
Ooh.
So you've got it'll be the AB on the top and then the blue underneath.
Sounds good.
So stamping is really easy. Now I could use my brayer, and I could create with my brayer on my gel plate with that. It's perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. But now I've got my favourite stamps. These really lovely lady, and Kate, and she makes these stamps. And now I'm stamping with the ink.
So again, the ink from your one-day special.
I am not using any water with it, but I just want to show you how clear.
That is brilliant.
And this is, I'm just going to build up a background.
And again, you use the colour straight from that pot, but it could be any blend of colours that you put together from the one-day special.
No, I've done that, and it looks a bit mad, so what I'm going to do is just lighten the colour with some of that, and then, sorry. Right, I'm going to get some of that, and now...
So it's the gesso that you've added to this now?
Gesso, I'm now making it chalk paint. One colour. I can use the darkness of that bit. I can add a little bit of this. So I'm playing with the colours, and I'm stamping it. But the one, that's a background. That would be something that I would work on then. But please remember, this is acrylic.
You need to clean up after.
You need to clean your stamps, because it will stay in it. So, I mean, it's endless. Then we can do some, if you wanted to, just round the edges.
So while it's wet, it's still water-based. So if you sprayed that, those colours would move round, and you get different results with those as well.
Yeah, they would. They'd move and they'd bleed. But you can also, I'm just creating some...
That's a nice kind of like shadow frame around it.
Yeah, and you can use, as we said, do you remember we were saying on one of the other shows, if you get a chance, please have a look to see that you can use them like a gilding wax, and they create a beautiful ombre. Right, I'm just going to show you on the white, because I think, showing the back of there.
Look at that.
That's
look at that.
So messy. But if I was to just pick out like a little piece, an image, a flower or anything, and just stick, well, it's a bit messy, I'm sorry.
But no, that's not possible. But it shows that you can actually use that
bright
within your
colour on the
card
top.
making. Look at that. There you go. Instantly, you've got a card that you've put together.
And that's a little ATC.
Yeah, nice idea.
And this is how I make big boards like this. I don't think about what I'm doing. And then I cut them up, and that's the background there.
There you go.
So all those are instant. cards. But yeah, that background.
Pop it into a frame, completely different look, and it shows you just by finishing it off with a frame, it becomes a work of art again, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. 729637. It's your one-day special. You literally have less than 5 minutes left for you to get hold of this. It's been a busy 24 hours, and you have been loving your one-day special. You've got those incredible paints, your core of your one-day special. You've got your 3 primaries in there. You've got those the black, the white. You've also got that ochre in there to tone those colours, to add shades, to add the tones to it. And then, of course, you've got that pewter that's going to add that metallic shimmer to it. You've also got your heavy gloss medium, so you can be able to add the texture and the dimension using that as well. 729637. Now, if we've got anybody that's been watching and they're just not too sure, they're teetering on the edge of going for the one-day special, what would you say to them?
You have got, whether you use it for mixed media or not, don't be frightened, because you've got some beautiful applications, and don't forget you can use it as your watercolour on your fabrics.
Yeah.
So it's not wasted. And this little beauty will turn anything into, it's just glue, resin, sheen, protection, stenciling, masking, and fantastic collage. And I'll just pull that in to show you. They're all the mediums together.
Oh, look at that.
And that's just using a die cut. Now we've all got these. It's the same, actually, it's similar die cut. We've all got the die cuts. Why don't we use them? And all I've done is encapsulated the gel medium, and then I've put a little bit of the iridescence on the top.
You can see that gel medium featuring there. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had a feast of ideas over the last 24 hours. Lou, you've been an inspiration.
It's been brilliant working with you so much.
Oh, bless you. And I've really enjoyed it.
You really have. I've loved it. Yeah.
Result. Now, of course, Lou, I hope it's not too long before we see you again.
No, I think a couple of months. I think it's about a month, something like that.
So make sure you do keep an eye on the diary, but get hold of your one-day special. We've got a few minutes left.
Hi, I'm Katie from Sizzix, and I've been crafting since I had my first daughter 16 years ago. I've been in the craft industry now for 5 years, and in that time I've become a creative designer and worked with many companies. I'm really pleased to be working for Sizzix and to be on Hochanda to bring you inspiration and education and show you how to get the best from our machine and our dies. With Sizzix, the possibilities are endless, and we want to show you how. So don't forget to tune in for my shows with Sizzix here on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Leona. I've been into crafting for many years now. As a little girl, I'd craft with mum and dad, but then obviously it stuck with me that much that it became my career. I think for me, crafting is so fun because there's always something new to learn. There's always something new to play with, and it's such a rewarding hobby as well. That's why I absolutely love it and recommend it to so many people. I'm really thrilled to be part of the Hochanda family. Really excited about seeing how it's grown, seeing how it's developed so far, and all the brand new things that I know we've got coming up. I'm really passionate about getting back into demonstrating on TV as well, and actually sharing techniques with you, products with you that I personally love. I hope you can tune into my shows here live at Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Leanne Chivers from Crafters Companion. I'm Head of Creative Development for the company and responsible for bringing all of the fabulous products that you see from us on Hochanda. I've been crafting for many years. In fact, since I was 5. My gran taught me to knit, I've been sewing with my mum, but my great love is papercraft. It's the thing that I love to do most. I really do enjoy colouring. Rubber stamping was my first love. It's still the thing that I turn to in my spare time. Our Spectrum products, I believe, are second to none. They're definitely the thing that I'm most proud of in terms of my journey with Crafters Companion. I know we've got lots more innovation, lots more inspiration, fabulous demos for you in the next months and years coming here on Hochanda, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you there. So make sure you don't miss my shows with Crafters Companion on Hochanda.
Hello and welcome to Hochanda. It's lovely to have your company. My name's Leonie and this is the beginning of a brand new one-day special with the fabulous Ali. Hello there, Ali.
Hello.
And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Happy New Year. Did you have a cracker?
Oh, I did. It was lovely.
Good.
Thank you.
You're looking very nice and tanned, Miss Ali. Did you go away for the
I may have done.
Celebrations?
I may have been to Barbados.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Fabulous.
It was warm.
Oh, were it lovely.
Christmas carols in warmth. It was lovely. It was
That
brilliant.
sounds nice. I think I need to do this one year.
You definitely do, Leonie. You definitely do.
Yeah, maybe next year. Maybe next year is the one.
Everybody were out rushing around trying to get all the Christmas stuff, and now we're laid on the beach.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Listening to a rasta sing, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. In 32 degrees heat.
That's fabulous. Yay. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Cool.
Brilliant song.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Well, I'm glad you had a good one.
I did, thank you.
Ali.
Yeah.
Obviously, not only are we celebrating New Year, but we're celebrating a new one-day special. Yes. Now, this is a continuation, isn't it?
It is,
of your range. Now, if you have never seen this fantastic ruler system before, this one is your multi-rule. You've got loads of different things that you can do with it. Initially, when you look at it, you think, what? You know, when you try and look at a certain shape and you try to see it as a certain shape,
yeah.
so you think, what is that? But there's loads of ways of using this now. If you're going for this today, £5 saving, which means your price has dropped from $34.99 to $29.99. So, anybody brand new to this system, obviously we've got loads to have a look at to catch up.
Yeah.
But what's the idea? What's the principle?
Right, the principle is free motion. And the ruler work is going to enable you to have a little bit more control of your free motion. So you're using free motion, you've got your feet dogs down, and you're moving the fabric, but you've got something to guide you.
Excellent.
And it consists of two parts, the feet and the rulers.
Fabulous.
So the foot fits onto your machine, and there is two different ones that we've got available at the moment. There is another one in the pipeline.
Right.
Christmas has held it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you measure from the screw hole with your foot at the lowest position to the bed of your machine, and if it's half an inch, it's a low shank. If it's 3/4 or above, it's a high.
So that's your low shank?
That's your low one, and you know that because it's got the shortest straight piece on the side.
Wonderful. Now, you can actually get these with your brand new ruler system. We're going to bring you the details, actually. And you're still, even if you're getting these as well, you're still getting your saving. So if you've not got these yet, you need to get hold of these to go around that ruler, go for this one, £64.98, and you just choose which shank. So so what would be the measurement for the higher shank?
The higher shank is 3/4 or above.
Excellent.
And by doing it this way, it's a really good way to get into it because you're getting your foot, which is essential.
Yeah.
You've got to have that foot to make it work on your machine.
Right.
And once you've got that, the ruler goes up against it. So you can see there, they're the same thickness.
Ah, right,
so they will run against that, and that is giving you that guide. So you're going to get a perfect straight line, curved line, whatever the ruler is shaped.
Can I show some of these things then?
Yes.
So, from this one, so for starters, the top of the ruler has given you all them.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So you've got your clamshells, you could do a full circle by doing it twice. You can do curves by doing one way, then twisting it to the other way.
Yeah.
This is how my mind works, and I'm a crafter, as you are, Leonie, and I like to get as much out of a product as I can.
Yeah.
And by doing the multi-rulers, you are actually getting 5 different points on that one. So it's a brilliant way to start, because you'll get your foot, then you get this ruler, and it's giving you a taster of lots of different ones that we already do.
Of course.
Because we do the semicircle, we do a full circle, we do a straight line.
Yeah.
We do a hexagon, we do a scroll, and we do some rotation ones. But if you're wanting to have a little taster, this is the way to go.
Amazing.
And also, if you have got the other rulers, it's still brilliant because you're being able to take 5 different ones to a class.
Yes.
Or to your friend's house, all in one go.
So this is a bit clever. So is that one?
Yes, it is. So that's doing it in that way, and I think this is it 16 or is it 32? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So this is 16.
Yeah.
And that's 16, but that's doing it from the opposite side.
Oh wow!
So actually, you're right.
Then
you're getting 6.
Move it round.
Yes.
Oh my word! See, that is so clever, isn't it? So as you can see, you move it round and that'll give you a completely different look.
Yeah.
So those, it's like your spirograph.
It is exactly like spirograph, yeah, but you're doing it with your stitches.
Amazing. Doing it with your sewing machine, doing it with free motion stitching. So that's just some of the things. Let's show that other one as well, Arlie.
Well, I've just started this one. I haven't had a lot of time to work with these because I've been sunning myself in Barbados. But what I've done is on this.
We feel really sorry for you.
I bet you do. What I've tried to do is show you how you could start quilting a design. So you could do a whole quilt.
Cool.
This is what you call a whole cloth.
Yeah.
So instead of having piece, like patchwork, you've got it all in one.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've done the central part. These is just the threader's pens, so that will come off with heat.
Amazing.
And then I've done the semicircles round the edge, and I've done the straight lines in between. So this is how I would start my quilting on a whole cloth.
Wow. And that is your design. Because you've got so many different elements on that one template, on that one ruler, it gives you so many different options, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really clever.
Well, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted people to be able to have a taste and get into it like I did. I love it. I absolutely love what I'm doing with these.
OK, this is your one-day special. Now, it is already busy on the website. If you would like to get hold of this, you have got your options, so you can go for it on its own. Remember, you are saving £5, absolutely brand new, all made up in Yorkshire.
Yay.
All designed, yay! Bills. All designed by our Ali, of course. Now, if you'd like to get hold of this, it's 066083. That's if you're adding, so maybe if you're adding to it, you've already got your feet, that's the one to go for. If you're not, if you need your feet as well, so if you need your little one, so that's your little one, that's your big one. There you go. So that's with the feet. Depending which sewing machine you've got, of course, it's £64.98. So you've still got that saving if you'd like to go with those. But obviously you get the full thing in one, so it does mean it's only that one postage. 086209. That's your item number. Now that's your one-day special, but we've also got some newies as well. And these are your nested scrolls. So you're getting 2 of them that, as the name suggests, are nested. These are already busy, already found them. Tell you what, if you already love all this system, will you email in? Tell us why you love it. Tell us what a difference it's made. Show us pictures, obviously. Because it's good to hear from you, especially when it is something like this. Because if you're not sure, then you might look at these and think, oh, I don't get it.
Exactly.
So it's nice to hear off people who've been using them.
People look at them and they can't quite grasp the conception of it.
Yeah.
But when they see it with the machine and you see what you can do with it, they're like, and your mind starts to spiral and you just think there's so much that you can do. I just want to point out, Leonie, if they're in any doubt as to what shank the machine is, go for the low shank, because about 80%, well, more, I have to say 85% of machines out there are low shanks.
Right, OK.
So if you're in any doubt, order the low shanks, and if it's wrong, I'll swap it for you.
Marvellous. That's brilliant. Thank you, Ali.
No problem.
That's fabulous, isn't it? Or Ali will sort that out for you. So, with your nested scrolls, what kind of thing can we do with these then, Ali?
Right, well, these, I've done these. They are similar to the one that was in the smaller rulers that we had on last time.
Right.
But these are both different sizes, so you're not getting anything that you've already got.
Wonderful.
So it's
it just allows you to grow the design as well, and give you even more options.
These can be used as an all-over design by just doing your scrolls.
Super.
You can go...
So again, the pen line's going to disappear?
Yeah, it will disappear with heat, or this one's a water erasable one. There's lots of different marking pens out there. Go on the website, I think Sixpenny Memories have got some.
Yeah.
So draw your line and you can do scrolls either side. You can do it like this one, so you've done one of the long scrolls. You can use just the curved part. You can use the long tail of it as well. But if you put them opposite sides, you can make hearts.
Fabulous.
There's so much you can do with these, and again, I haven't had a lot of time to play, so over the coming hours today and tomorrow, you'll see lots.
That's it. The live shows will be like, oh yeah, you can do that, you can do that. And this is a lovely thing about them. You know, it's not just one way that you use them. You spin them, you rotate them, you're twisting them. You know, and that gives you all the different options, doesn't it?
That's actually a good thing to point out. When you get your rulers, they have got this film on. And we've had people think that they're faulty because they have burn marks. That's just the nature of the laser when they etch them. All you're going to do is just get a little screwdriver or something and just peel.
So take that off.
And it will lift up and you'll peel it off and it will be totally clear.
Excellent.
Underneath. So there's one on both sides. So you can see there, it will be totally clear. And then you get some hook in your kit. If there is none in your kit, it's because we've run out. It's just an optional extra that we put in. You do definitely get it in your full system.
Yeah.
But if we put it in, you know, you're lucky. So we sell out, but we run out regularly.
So if you're lucky, you'll be getting some of that. If not, just some underneath it just to help hold.
It's just the hook part, and you can get it in sticky or you can get it in just sewing.
Excellent.
To get the sewing, just use double-sided tape.
Fabulous, and that just helps grip.
It does, yeah.
Now, these are busy. Our Alec will be giving you loads of ideas, loads of demonstrations, so loads of inspiration. Get these in your basket now. Loads of people are going for them, which does suggest you're just building up your collection of Ali's fantastic ruler system. Now, £21 and £99 for both those two. That's 868861. That's your item number. Now, check out the website. We have got tons of these fantastic ruler systems now that our Ali's got. Obviously, you can start building up your collection now. Hochanda.com. On the website, you are going to see the full collection. Now, this is where it all began, isn't it? Are we showing the picture? Yeah, we are. Yeah. There you go. So with that one, you are getting the circle. You've got, what else do we got in there? The arc, the circle, the multi-ruler #1, and you're getting the foot as well. Now, you've got 2 flexi-buys there of £50. Again, really good starting collection, and that is still really, really popular, really busy. So again, fantastic price, and it gives you so many options. 620886. Now we've also got your deep wave. Again, there's loads that you can do with this one. See, I love this because when you look at them, you think, what's that? And it is easy when you start playing it, when you see our Ali demonstrate that it all makes sense. Now, if you would like that one, £21 and £99, 643123. I want to hear from you, though. I would love, love, love to see your pictures. I'd love to see what you've been doing with these, because we know that loads of people have gone for these already, and some of the originals, so do email in. It is studio@hochanda.com. Now then, we're back with your Ali. So...
Right, I will show you what I've done. So you can see on this now, it is totally clear, and I've put the hook part on that side, and if I flip it over, I've put it on the same place as on the back, because you may want to flip the ruler so that you can use different parts of it.
Fabulous.
So on this one, I've used the central part to make the middle...
Beautiful.
What's it called?
That wonderful...
Medallion.
Yay!
Yes, we'll have a medallion.
Hey, a medallion.
So I've done that all the way around. You can see I've got the marks here that I've marked my quilt with first. That will just come off with heat.
Marvellous.
So what I'm doing now is I've done the semicircles along the top. So basically that's just starting from that point, and I've marked the line and the centre, so I know that the semicircle is going to be in the middle.
Perfect.
And now I'm going to use the straight part of this one. I'm going to put that against the the foot, and I'm just going to put the edge of this one on the edge of the line that I've already drawn.
Okay, so it's literally that easy.
And I'm just holding the ruler down,
and
I'm holding the fabric. So it's in free motion, so I'm actually moving the fabric. I've got my speed on about halfway on my machine, so if you can do that, it's better to lower the speed, because you'll find the speed that's good for you. And it's just all of a sudden it clicks, and you know that the speed on your machine and the way you move your fabric, you'll get a nice stitch length. Excellent. It won't happen straight away, you know.
It's a practice.
Have a bit of practice.
And I think that's it. I mean, it's a new tool, so obviously you need to have a play first.
Definitely. But it is pretty quick. So I'm stopping on this circle line there, and I'm just going to travel until I can see the edge of my foot against the edge of the stitching. I'm going to turn it round because I think it might be easier for people to see if I turn it round.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put the ruler on the inside now, and I'm going to keep this point at the same place. So I'm just going to put that at the edge.
So it's coming to the same point.
So it's going to give like a spiral. I'll just move it down because it's not quite long enough for that. So it doesn't really matter how long your straight part is, because you can move the ruler down as you're sewing.
Perfect.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that so it lands on the edge of the stitches I've just done. And go back.
It is so easy, isn't it?
It really is. Very, very easy. trying to see behind me when I'm going. But if you find it easier, move your work. There's nobody says you can't move your work.
Yeah. And it is a case of doing it so it's comfortable for you.
Definitely. You want it to be comfortable. You want to sit comfortably, keep rotating your shoulders so you're not getting, you know, tense, and relax. Downward pressure, but also against the ruler as well.
Yeah, and that's why you put the hooky bit, so you can actually drag the material down and move the material and the
so the ruler is not slipping on the fabric, but the fabric wants to move on your machine.
Yeah.
So back to the point there, move the ruler so it's against the stitches again, and then go backwards.
And it's such a good idea because the ruler's the right depth. The actual foot, it glides against it, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's giving you confidence to do your free motion.
When someone's starting to use your ruler system, is the straight edge the easiest to begin with?
Yeah, and I think it's one that you need to practice with so that you can get the feel of how to move it.
Yeah.
But you will stray occasionally.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody, you know, because your mind wanders, you get so relaxed, your mind starts to wander.
Yeah.
But it's not a problem.
You know it.
Yeah, you're halfway across your quilt.
You're unpicking.
Well, your unpicker will be your best friend.
Yeah, always. And it does allow you to create whatever pattern you want. That's the thing, isn't it? It is a really good design tool.
For me, this is perfect because I like to do my card making and stamping and things, and this is being able to use the same sort of techniques, but in stitching. It's like creativity with your stitching.
Yeah, yeah.
It is creative stitching.
It is. And it's beautiful because it's free motion, but it is keeping a little bit of control with that free motion, because sometimes free motion can be too free, can't it?
Yes, it can. It can scare you.
Yeah.
This is holding your hand and giving you a little bit of confidence to have a go at it.
Yes.
And you will eventually, well, I'm not saying eventually, you may not, but you may want to then just do it by yourself without the aid of the rulers. But I just find the rulers so easy to work and so professional a result.
Well, then I suppose you'll use them in conjunction, won't you? Because that's almost giving you an open space to then do even more free stitching in.
It's a bit like Zentangle.
Yeah,
but with
exactly.
stitching.
Yeah, it's ace, isn't it?
It is,
and
it's really good.
When you get used to it, you can build up some speed with these, can't you?
You can, yeah. But I like it because it is relaxing.
Yeah.
And you can see progression, and you can do a little bit each day and come back to it.
Yes. Yeah. And that one, I'm just guessing then the gap in between then, aren't we?
No, what I'm doing is I'm putting it against the edge of the stitches that I've just done. The needle is in the centre of that foot. So all the way around it, there's a 1/4 inch.
Ah.
So I know that if I put my stitches to the side of that, it's going to be a 1/4 inch away.
Oh, perfect.
And I'm placing this at the point here, 1/4 inch away from the where I want to stop. Because the ruler again is 1/4 inch away from the needle, so I know that I will then stop at that point, exactly where I want to.
I get you, yeah, obviously, because if you have it any further out, you're just going to be zooming away, aren't you?
So that's the first thing you need to get used to, the fact that it is a 1/4 inch away. So I've got to the end now, I'm just going to stitch back down. If you don't move your ruler, you will go along the same lines.
Perfect.
I'm going to do a couple of stitches, and then I'm going to check that out.
Now, it is busy on the phones. If you do want to get hold of this brand new one-day special, then you do need to be checking your baskets out. Just $29.99. And look at that. You see, that is perfect.
So that's just the start.
Because it's quilted, it's got that gorgeous texture.
Yeah,
hasn't it? It's really touchable.
You can either do them quite closely for a lot of texture, or you can do them quite spaced out, and it will just give you that soft look.
Yeah, I like that. It almost reminds me of a clamshell or something. It's gorgeous.
We will do clamshells at some point.
OK, if you would like to go for this, absolutely beautiful. 066083, that's your item number. Just £29.99. That is what you're going to get. If you do want to get hold of this one, you've got so many different things that you can do with it. I mean, it is one of those tools that you need to get home and play with. Obviously, if you've already got Ali's ruler system, if you've already had a play with this, you're going to get it. You're going to get just how versatile these are and how different these are. But if you're brand new, then please check out the website for all the other goodies that we've got for you. OK, let's show you, in fact, yeah, I'll show you what Ali's done so far. By the end of the one-day special, there'll be so many finished samples. But at the minute, this is just to give you a taster of some of the different patterns you can create. And that's the beautiful thing with these. You are going to be able to create repeating patterns. You are going to be able to create repeating designs. And you would think this would be quite, well, you'd think that would be really difficult to do, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't. Looking at that, there's no way you'd think it'd come from the centre of there. That's what I find absolutely amazing. You know, when you look at this, it's like, oh, yeah. And it's literally just the centre of there that it's come from. So you're sewing it, moving it round. Sewing, moving it round. I remember with that free motion stitching, it allows you to sit on the actual ruler. That guides you, that keeps it nice and controlled, and that allows you to build up that phenomenal design. You've got so many different things. You've got, of course, the straight line. You've got your beautiful swirls. You've got your scallop on there. You've got the hexagon on there. So, again, so many different looks that you can achieve. But wait till you play with this. I bet you'll get tons of different designs. Now, $29.99, that's a £5 saving if you're going for your one-day special on its own. If you haven't got the feet yet, then you'll be wanting the feet. So that's your little shank. There we go. So, as Ali was saying, if you are not sure which shank you should be getting, go for Littleham, because over 80%, but was it about 85% of machines, there'll be a little shank. So that's the one to go for if you're not 100% sure. If you don't fit, or Ali will change it for you. Well, that's the big shank. So, obviously, have a little bit of a measure and see which one you require. If you do need to go for that, if you do need to go for the one with the shank, you have got the details there. $64.98, but you've actually got, have we got Flexi-Buy, did I see? Zoom in on that. Yeah, we have. I didn't know that. We got 2 Flexi-Buys. There's £32.49, and obviously one postage as well. 086209, that's your item number. If you'd love to go for those, and that's where our Ali's at there. Let's show you. The lines will disappear. The drawn lines, not the stitch lines, otherwise that'd be bad, wouldn't it? The drawing lines will disappear, and you're just going to get that beautiful quilt detail. And you're designing this. You're making it to your specifications. It'll be different every single time. 086209, that's your item number. $64.98 if you're going for your wonderful ruler with your shanks. Now then, next we've got for you the beautiful scrolls. So these are your nested scrolls. Again, loads of ways that you can use these, whether you're creating hearts, whether you're going to have them running down the fabric in a line, whether, of course, you're going to have them one way than the other. The choice is yours. You might be using just one design. You might be mixing and matching, so you're getting the different sizes as well. This one is from the smaller design, but because it's a smaller one, now you've got the large ones, they're going to mix and match wonderfully together. Again, to give you even more options. Now, if you'd love to go for the 2 scrolls, and you can see there, so that one's going zhink, zhink, zhink. That one is going dink, 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 like that. And they all do have their own noises. This one is going shum, shum. I'll stop now, because now I just feel daft. And then you've got your little heart as well. Boom, boom. I got it, Chris. Boom, boom. I get it. Now, if you'd love to go for your fabulous nested squirrels, it is £21.99. That's your price. That is 868-861. That's your item number. Now, obviously, this is all adding to the collection. But was this where our Ali started then? I can't remember. Yes, says our Ali from over there. Where it all began. And how long were it ago now, Ali?
9 months.
Was it 9 months? It feels such a long time ago. And I remember when our Ali actually released these, because it was something completely different. Remember, all made in Yorkshire, which is brilliant. And again, so many ways that you can use these. With this, brilliant starter kit. So you've got your circles. You've got your different size circles. So, of course, it's going to allow you to do so many things. And that, I mean, that is brilliant, isn't it? Because how difficult is it to get the perfect circle? You're going to use the outside and the inside of each one of these circles, which is really important. So it's not just the actual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're actually using the outside and the inside. So you've got your little circles. You've then got that beautiful, it reminds me of an eye. So it could be an eye, but obviously it could be so many things, or a little fish. Again, loads of ways that you can use it. We're calling it the arc, or our alias. You've got the outside and the inside there as well. So, of course, loads of ways you can use it. You've then got this cheeky little thing. And again, you're creating your diamonds with this one if you want. You're creating the beautiful curve. You've got your straight line. You've got the lovely scallop on the end there. So, of course, loads and loads of ways that you can do this. And then you have got your feet. So, remember, you've got either your high shank or your low shank. And they're just down there. Now, if you do want this one, this is a big kit. Let me show you some of the things that you can do with it. See, again, this is one of those that you'll really play with this. And you can see straight away, you can see how they're going to work together, can't you? And how they're going to all complement each other beautifully. And I love it. This is the gorgeous thing about quilting, isn't it? You know, it's patterns, it's shapes that build up all these beautiful designs. And I do love when you play with it and just use it in a completely different way. You get an utterly different design. I mean, have a look. So that's using your circles and your straight lines. But look at this. That is just phenomenal, isn't it? Now, see, it is spirograph, isn't it? But, ta-da, but it's the little one. So it's the little one inside the arc to do that, just repeating it over and over. That's phenomenal, isn't it? And then, of course, you have got that beautiful arc as well. And then, let me show you this one as well. Whoa, look at this. And this is just phenomenal. This is the kind of thing that you can be achieving, which is when you look at something like that, I mean, that'd be like, how am I going to do that? That just looks fabulous. So I'm not sure which is right and wrong, so because they both look a bit good to me. But that is just incredible. Now, you have got this whole collection for £99, but you've got your flexi buys. So it's 2 flexi buys of £50 if you'd like to go for it. That's 620886. That's your item number with that one. OK, we have got more shapes. Obviously, get on the website because we've got tons on the website, but we are showing you a little selection here today. So, first of all, the hexagon. Again, you will see in your quilting so many hexagons in quilting. But the wonderful thing about this one, again, you've got the outside, you've got the inside. You've got the nested shape, so it allows you to create so many different designs. You have got 6 hexagons there for this collection. So that's your choice. That's your hexagons, or you can go for your diamonds. And I love the diamonds. They've got that nice, the nice rounded edge. Don't touch the diamonds. Walk away from the diamonds, Leonie. So you have got that beautiful rounded shape. They're going to sit together wonderfully. Again, you've got the nesting. So again, it creates so many different looks. Let me show you some of the things you can do. See, I do love, love, love seeing what you can do with these. Look at that. That is amazing. That's beautiful. Isn't that just beautiful? It hurts your head, doesn't it? Or is that just me? You know, working out how you do that, it's just me, isn't it? That's amazing. I wonder, I bet that one's from, well, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Ali later. Look, so, loads of different patterns. Let me show you this one. This one, I know straight away, looking at that one. Look, straight away, you know that's the beautiful diamond. That is such a nice design, isn't it? Look at that spirograph. It is fab, isn't it? See, you will be able to do this. And the lovely thing is, because it's actually going to sit and rest right on your needle, it allows you to easily create these. You're working out, obviously, where you need to place your designs to give you that continuous flow. But that's the fun bit, actually working out how you are going to achieve this. And then, of course, with your quilt, the wonderful hexagons, you're going to be able to create that gorgeous design. And that's pretty easy when you look at it, because it's just using the outer and the inner, just layering them up, using that nested to create that fantastic look. Obviously, loads of ways you can use them. Whether you are using them as a designed with your free motion stitching, whether you're using them as stencils if you want to. Obviously, you can definitely do that. Brilliant designs. Now, with this one, you have got a choice. £29.99 for either your hexagons or your diamonds. 856654. That's your item number. Now, next, the frozen twin pack. Did you say that? Is that what they're called? How fabulous. I want to know what these two... Is that one? Is that one? Ali, is that one? Right, OK, let me see if I can work this out. Bear with. Oh, I'm going to do this because it's a bit easy. I know it's cheating, but look, there's your circles. Obviously, got that. And then you can do snowflakes.
It's not that one.
Not that one, says Ali.
It's the snow, it's that one.
Oh, yeah, obviously. It's there. Oh, yeah, I can see it now, Ali. Hey, that's a bit clever, isn't it? Now I understand why it's called frozen. So, you've got your little old snowflake coming in. Obviously, you've got your fabulous little wobbly line on there. You've got your straight edges, so all the straight edges you can use whichever way you want. But then, look at this one. A bow. Yes. Yay. A bell. Yes. Yay. And then, oof, not quite. Holly. Oh, where's the holly? Oh, that's clever. I can't quite see that yet, Aurelian. I'm squinting with one eye.
I'll show you.
That's another one that you play with. Aren't they cool? Aren't they clever? You do need to play with these. You do need to start experimenting to get all those fantastic designs. But it's what, I mean, at the end of it, to create a quilt like that with your own designs is so impressive. Absolutely beautiful. Now, if you'd like that one, it is your frozen twin pack. It's £33.99. You're saving £11 on that collection. 167470. That's, bear with, that's your item number. There you go. Smooth. 167470, that's your item number if you'd like to go for that one. Now, check the website out, hochanda.com. That's where you can place your orders. We have also got one more that I want to show you. And this is the last new one, isn't it? So you get the last new one, the latest one prior to today. And this one is your deep wave ruler. Fabulous. So £21.99. Let me have a see. So on this one, you can see that one. So that's there. That's there. Oh, that's the wrong one. All in the prep, the owner. Deep wave. Hey, that's there, that's there. This one, bear with, is that? No, I'll have to ask her, Ali. That one will be in there, like that, because that's your little wavy. Yay, like that. Oh, there's lots of ways of using these, but I can't work out them. I wonder, because that's got a really good, that'll be that one, is it? Yeah? Eh? No. That one? I'll stop guessing. Anyway, that's your deep wave. £21.99. 643123. So Mr. Webster in my head said it's like a dog working out a jigsaw. No, I'm not eating it yet, am I? So that one's your deep wave. We've also got for you your fantastic scallop, which is absolutely brilliant. Your scallop again, you can see, I mean, you can see the wee and the little wavy one there. That's 14285. That's your item number. Again, just £21.99. That's your price. I tell you what, there's so many different ways that you can use these. There's so many different looks that you can achieve from these. Of course, have a play with these and have a practice and see what you can design with these, especially when you start to mix and match them. That's 14285 is your item number. If you've any questions, ask. Email in. We'd love to hear from you. And again, I'd love to see pictures. It is studio@hochanda.com. Or Ali, are we moving on to swirls?
Yes, we're going to do the scrolls. Now, bear in mind, you have got two that nest inside one another, so for storage it's brilliant. Yeah. But also, you've got inside and outside of each one.
Of course.
So you've got 4 different sizes.
Yeah.
We have put little lines on here so that you've got them for reference.
Excellent.
If you
want to help you line up and stuff.
Well, yeah, so you know where you started and where you finished if you wanted to use a certain part of it.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to add any more reference lines, just put a little bit of masking tape on.
Yes.
So you can take that off again afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you wanted to do something like the heart, I've drawn a line onto my fabric, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my needle down onto the line, and I'm going to place the ruler at the side of that, starting at the first line on there, and I'm going to place it about 1/4 of an inch away at the curl from the line, so I know it will finish on that line.
Super. Okay,
so I'm just going to hold this, and start stitching. So I'm stitching on the inside of this one.
Okay.
I'm going to go around, and I'm going to go a little bit further in so it's got that nice look. Just twist that around. On the inside.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to take the ruler out, and I'm going to turn it around so that I can do the other side. So I need to make sure that that's about 1/4 of an inch away from there, and on the same part here. So I'm going to stitch that little curl first, and then I'm going to go about round.
When you first get these, does it feel quite odd working with the ruler? Because I bet your brain, you need to get used to it with your head, don't you? But I bet when you've got it...
You need to just remember that it's going to stitch 1/4 of an inch away.
Yes.
If you remember that, then you should be okay.
Fabulous.
So I'm going back down to where I started.
Tester pieces.
Exactly, yeah.
Look at that.
So I can do a couple of stitches to stop, and then take that out, and we've done a little heart. I've got a little wobble on there.
And the nice thing is, because you've got your nesting ones, you could have the little hearts nest inside it.
Well, I was thinking about that, so I was going to get the bigger one now and see if I could do a bigger heart.
Yeah.
It's that way, isn't it? Let's see if will this work. This is the best way of playing with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see if we can do it from... Maybe not, because it's going to go over the top of it. But I could, actually, yeah, I can. But I'll not go right down to that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the same point.
Of course, because you're looking on the inside, I'm looking on the outside line. And again, that's the beauty of it. You know, you've got the inside, you've got the outside line. So you have got those choices.
So I'm going to start at the second line on this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to start stitching. But this is how you find out. So I'm going to stitch up to the top, go to the line, stop, take that out, and then I'm going to put that back in, line it up from the second line, I said, didn't I? Yeah. And then I'm going to repeat. So just stitching back down, following that ruler, and if you need to move it on a curve.
Okay. That's the rules. Oh, yeah, I see.
Back down to where I started from.
Perfect.
Take that out. So, yes, it does do it, Leonie.
Hooray! Proof's in pudding.
Yeah. Take
That's
the stitches
fabulous.
out. And there you've got a heart in a heart.
Oh, that's really cool.
And you could do it longer by doing more of the tail.
Yeah.
And that's the largest one, but you could do the outside of that again.
Yes.
So we'll try the small
another
one.
layer as well.
Yeah.
If you want to. Obviously, the line will be disappearing, so it's just the stitch details that you're going to see.
Yeah.
They're
so
very clever.
I'll try on the outside of this one. Again, just start on the line. So this time I'm going on the outside, so I need to move it, so it's going to be... Oh, it might be a little bit close to edge there. So I'll start a bit further down.
Okay.
I want to be 1/4 of an inch away from that edge now.
Yep.
So this is going to be a fat heart.
And it's going to be close to the edge, Garrett. Oh, oh.
But we did it.
Just about,
So come round till you get to the line.
Okay.
Stop on the line, take that off. Put it back on. So again, I need to cross that over, so it's 1/4 of an inch away from the base.
Right, of course.
And then we're going to start going round again. Just move my scissors so I don't throw them at you. So you can see how many different size hearts.
And how quick you can start. When you get used to it, you're really whipping around that. We've had emails already.
Oh, excellent.
I know. So, was that Robert who emailed him? Robert has emailed in. He says, hi, girls. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Robert. He says he's got more than one or had more than one sewing machine, and the low shank is the one that fits on all of them.
Yeah,
So,
majority of your machines are. I've only got one machine that's got a high shank, so majority of your machines. Thank you for that, though, Robert.
yeah, thank you, Robert.
I have got a lopsided
I have
heart.
another email here, and this one is from Sue. And Sue says, hi to Ali and Leonie.
Hi.
There. Hi, Sue. She says, I love this system. Took a while. I struggle with my brother and my brother, at first I thought you meant your brother. She obviously means
a machine.
I struggle with my brother.
I struggle with mine sometimes, Sue.
Family, Sue, family. My brother, and you know me, but as soon as I set up my tour to Renaissance, Kate, you and your 3 machines, it was a match made in heaven. Attaching some photographs. Can we see
yes,
what? Oh, wow, look what our Sue's been doing.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's amazing.
That is amazing. Well done, Sue.
Yeah, that one on top left is tremendous.
I hope she's in my Facebook group. I'm going to put them on there for some bit of inspiration.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Beautiful.
Do you know that top one on the left that you like? You would think that's done with a curve, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's done with a straight line.
Is
I'll have to show you that with the...
Yeah, because that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Because that's one that messes with my head.
I know, I could see your mind, you know, there were springs coming out and steam coming out, but...
Ticking.
Yeah.
Ticking.
She's done a really good job. Well done, Sue.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Thank you, and thank you for sharing. We do like to see what you've been doing. If you do want to email in and share, it is studio@hochanda.com. If you've got questions, see if you have seen a design, it's like, how do I do that one? Just ask.
Yeah.
Live telly. Live telly. So if we've got the ruler system, then hopefully we'll be able to show you. Or Ali's there with machine and ready to go. So email in studio@hochanda.com. Right, where are we at? That big heart is
It's a bit lopsided.
But I like that. I quite like that you can make them quite quirky.
Do you want me to show you how to do that one? That's doing your brain in.
Yeah,
right.
Does me head
It's quite quick and it is quite easy.
Really?
It's a good one for people who are starting. And I know
good grief.
You don't think so, but it really is a good one for people starting. So all I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to do a square.
Okay.
This is where the straight lines are, they're invaluable.
Yeah. So on nearly, obviously not all, but on nearly all the templates you've got a straight, on quite a few of them you've got a straight edge.
Yes.
Now, is it easy to line up? Because you've got lines, marked lines.
Exactly.
So
We've got an horizontal line there and a vertical line there. So if I put that against the horizontal, I know that I'm going to get a straight line.
Perfect.
So I'm not even having to draw the square. I can just do it straight from the ruler.
And because you've got a stop point on the actual ruler, it allows you to create that easy square.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is a Bernina machine, and this one has got a different foot, so mine does hop a little bit. Most machines won't hop.
Right, okay.
So don't think there's something wrong with yours.
So yours hops.
Right, so I've got back to my point, and that has given me a perfect square by not even having to do any marking on my...
and that was quick.
So if you want to do a really, really intense one, you can just do half-inch increments. See, I've got 3 lines on here, so doing it right against the edge will give me a 1/4 of an inch. Doing it on the next one will give me half, the next one 3/4, and the last one will give me a 1-inch increment.
Yeah.
So all I do is, starting from that corner there, I'm going to place my ruler, and I'm going to place it, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to place it on the first line, so that is going to give me a 1/2 inch line, and I continue stitching until I reach the stitch line there. Rotate the work, put the ruler against the edge, and onto the second line again, and stitch till you reach the line there.
Fabulous.
This is why it's a good one for beginners, because it's all straight lines.
It looks really effective.
It does look effective.
I get you.
To the line.
Yeah.
The shorter the increments, the better it looks, the more...
the more messy with your head in.
Yes, exactly. But because I'm trying to get through quite a lot of demonstrations, I've done it 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
So again, keeping onto that same line.
That's really cool. Exactly, yeah, that's totally achievable.
And this time we're stopping on the line that's nearest to the needle.
Yeah.
So it's getting smaller and smaller each time.
And because it's free motion, you can see exactly where your needle's stopping as well, can't you?
Yeah. I just look over the top of the foot.
And you can see your needle.
And see exactly where to stop. I think the best advice I can give is relax and just keep moving your shoulders.
And I think practice as well.
It is, definitely.
Because you want some practice pieces, don't you? Material that I suppose you make your little... make a little workbook almost of your different
That would be a really
stitches.
good idea. Make like a sewing journal out of fabric.
Yeah.
I would go and get some cheap fabric, or go to a charity shop and get some old sheets.
Yeah.
And just some fleece or some cheap wadding in between, and just have a practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, my friend Sharon, it's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Sharon.
Happy birthday, Sharon.
Her New Year's resolution is to do 10 minutes a day. So get going, Sharon, if you haven't done it today. Just because it's your birthday. So again, just stop on the line, rotate, ruler up against the foot, against the second line, and continue around. And then you can see it coming together. So can you see now, Leonie, why I say it's a good one for beginners?
That is a brilliant one for beginners. And it actually, when it comes together, it looks so effective, doesn't it? That is really, really cool.
And you can see now it's coming.
That would be that easy, to be fair.
I know. I knew it'd get you that one.
You know me.
I do.
You know me very well.
I think your brain's a little bit like mine, Leonie.
Creative.
Yours might be a little bit wackier. Just a little bit.
I'm glad you went for wacky. That is so effective. And things like this, when you're creating your own designs, you change it like obviously with the fabrics, with the beautiful threads that you're going to use. You get so many
threads, variegated threads.
Yeah.
But this is why the multi-rulers are so good for people to get into this hobby.
Yeah.
And then you'll think, well, you've just got to have them all.
Yeah. This is a good one as well, because it's like you said, because it's a straight line. Brilliant for training and getting yourself used to feeding it.
And it's going to get you used to the stitch length.
Yeah, yes.
Because I'm rushing, I've got quite a big stitch length at the moment. But it doesn't really matter because we're just practising.
Yeah.
But yeah, do something with straight lines, get used to the stitch length, and then just play it every day.
Yeah. With your free motion stitching, do you ever use like decorative stitches? You wouldn't really, would you? Because you need less to go in that shank, so you wouldn't use your decorative stitches.
You can use a small zigzag.
Right.
So long as it's not going to hit the side of the foot, because you're going to be breaking needles, and it would probably break with a nice bang.
Yeah, yeah.
So it wouldn't do your machine much good.
No. Or you would it flew at you.
Well, no, you don't want flying needles, do you?
No, you don't want that, do you?
No.
Yeah, so stay away from your decoratives.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth risking it. Just use your straight stitch.
Yeah, and that looks really, really lovely. Do obviously check the website side. The thread that RL is using is a lovely colour. Check the website, because I know we've got some beautiful threads as well.
It's actually an embroidery thread,
It's
this one.
really pretty. It's got such a gorgeous sheen to it, hasn't it? Stunning. It's absolutely stunning.
I never thought of using embroidery threads for it, but it does look really nice. And it's
Really
quite
pretty.
thick as well, with it being an embroidery thread.
Yeah, so it really stands out, doesn't it? So yeah, as you get in, and this is good, so as it gets in, now you're having to be careful, aren't you?
Not really, not really. It's still really easy. You just keep going as small as you can, and then just do the last line as a straight one across. You can see now it's looking like it's curving on there, and that's just because you've gone in each time, but it's still, every one is a straight line.
Yeah, that's really, really clever. Fabulous design. And just with that one ruler. So then think how many options, how many different looks you can get when you've got all the different systems.
And if you do another one at the side of that, but rotate it, I've done it clockwise, do it anti-clockwise, they'll look like they're curling together.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we can get a couple more, maybe.
Oh, well done, RL.
Just down there. I don't think we can get another one, so I'll just go right through the middle of that one now. Do a couple of stitches.
Superb.
And that's going to give you your little spiral.
See, it's when you take it out and look at it. Look.
There you go. You want it out?
Yes, please. Because look at that. That looks really, really effective, doesn't it?
But pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, considering, I mean, it looks really detailed. Of course, with that, you've got the line that'll disappear. I'm going to show you the other side as well, because actually, I mean, there's a thread there, but look, it looks really nice with the white on the pink as well, doesn't it?
That's just a bobbin fill that I use underneath.
Doesn't it look nice, though? It looks really, really effective. Beautiful, yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful. Now, if you do want that, so that is just a straight edge.
Just straight line.
Of course, with these straight lines, a lot of the templates have got your straight lines, so please have a look at all the different rulers. But that was the one-day special that Alice used. Remember, with the one-day special, this is brand new today. You have got that price for 24 hours only. So if you do want that, you are saving £5. There's so many different looks you can achieve to guide your stitches around when you're doing your free motion stitching. So it allows you to create so many different looks, so many different patterns. All you need to do is experiment and play. Now, you've got your saving today, £5 saving, 066083. That's your item number for your one-day special. You might also want, and again, check out the website, especially if you need your shanks, because we have got that other option with the shanks. But we are going to remind you this one as well, because this is always popular. And this is where it all began. So you've got your arc, you've got the circle, you've got the multi-roll one, and then you've got the foot as well. Again, so many ways they can use this, and you can see already. I mean, Ali's just shown us what to do with a straight edge. Imagine the possibilities with this one. Now, you have got your two flexi buys here of just £50, and you do get the shank with that one as well. 620886. That's your item number. Now, we're going to remind you the nested scrolls. Again, with the nested scrolls, you can get loads of different looks with these. The nested scrolls, you can create hearts, you can create swirls. You can do all sorts. Only £21.99. 868-861 is your item number. And the lovely thing is, if you've got the original scroll, this is just going to give you the bigger ones. So, again, it just gives you even more possibilities. Any questions, email them. We've only got 6 minutes left of this hour, but obviously our Ali's back up with you at 8 o'clock. Obviously, I know the one-day special hours. And then again tomorrow morning. You'd think I would by now, wouldn't you?
You think you would?
How long's it been, Leonie? Years. I don't really know. Every day is a surprise.
It is.
So, what are you doing?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we did the little medallion.
Yeah.
So I've started at this side. This has got a little, like a nesting place for the foot to fit. The other side is quite curved, but you can use either side.
Okay.
I've drawn 16 marks on my fabric.
Okay.
And I've done a little dot for the centre. So all I'm going to do is start stitching, following it around, in and out of, I'll just get rid of that thread, because it bugs me. In and out of all the little curves.
Wonderful.
I'll just turn it round so I can see where I'm going.
And that's the thing, isn't it? If you need to get used to turning it round, and because that's the beauty of the system, because it is fully mobile, isn't it?
It is.
You know, you can easily turn it.
You can actually move the foot up a little bit if you find that it's not going underneath it properly.
Right, okay.
Like that, mine's not, so I need to move it, but I'll just get back to where I started from first. There we are.
Super.
And then I'm going to turn it around and do the opposite side.
Ah, okay. So with this one, you've done your 16 points. I suppose you can either do less or more, and that's going to give you a different design again, isn't it?
My thread's snapped.
Oh, God.
Sorry. I'll put it back. Oh, it's not snapped. It weren't stitching. Let's have a look. I might need to raise my foot up a little bit. If you've got a really thick wadding like I've got here, it doesn't always like... Oh, my thread could have run out underneath. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Oh, the bobbin thread has gone. Oh, whilst we wait, shall I show you some goodies? If you do want to go for that, that is obviously what Ali's using. That is what Ali's creating. And, I mean, when you look at that, you would never, ever, ever think that that phenomenal design is created with that central element. Absolutely beautiful. You can change it in so many ways. You can add embellishments. You can create so many different looks. Really, really beautiful. Now, only £29.99. That's your price. I do think they're genius, Ali.
Oh, thank you.
When you're designing these now, do you just think, oh, you know, do you start to think, oh, that'll probably do that, or
sometimes you don't know until you play with it. Yeah. I've done some shows with Hayley, and because Hayley's a stitcher as well, we've actually come up with some really good things because she's got the ideas that work alongside what I do. Yeah. So we've come up with different ideas, but usually I just start to let my mind wander, basically. Yeah, yeah. And I draw things down, and then I work with the guys next door and see what comes up. Yeah, and before you know it, you've got a fabulous template. Yeah, there must be so many different ways and looks and shapes you can achieve. There really is. We've got about 2.5 minutes. Oh, is that all? I'm not going to get this finished, am I? No. No. Have I to do something quicker? Yes. In a word, yes. Let's see if we can do a quick little butterfly then. Wow, OK. So let's be very quick. So we're going to use both of the new rulers. We're going to use the central part of this one. Okay. For the butterfly's body. Ah, yes, I can see that. 2 minutes. Speed sewing now. Wow, yeah. And that shows you how you can really zip round these once you get used to them. Right, so back to the central part there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a couple of little... Because I do need to do some antennae, but I'll do that by just free motion. Okay. Because once you've actually done these, you can... get off. You can free motion in it. You can free motion without changing the foot. Yeah. So you don't need to buy a special free motion foot. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at this side of the wing here. Oh, it's come unthreaded. It's not fair. Don't do this to me. No, just doesn't run out of time. 1 minute. Sorry. I'll do it in the next hour. Sorry, people. No, that's fine. That's fine, Arally. Oh, typical, innit? I know. Live telly, you see. Live telly. OK, 1 day special. That is your 1 day special. No, it has been busy. If you'd love to go for this, so many different possibilities, so many different shapes, so many different beautiful images you can create with that one fabulous multi-ruler. Now, you are saving £5 today, only £29.99, 066 083. If you haven't got the shank, you are going to need the shank. You've got either the small or the large to choose from. You've still got a saving, which is fabulous, but you will need the right foot. £64.98. So you've got the high, low, what did I say, small or big? 086. We know what you mean, Leonie. 086209. Rename everything, why don't you, Leonie? That's your item number. So, Arally, you're going to be back at 8 o'clock. I will be, yes, thank you, Leonie. With a machine that's fully threaded and loads of ideas and inspiration. Make sure you tune in, but check your baskets out. Thank you, Arally. Thank you, Leonie.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Beat Up. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery-making components. My passion is chainmail. We make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Matthew Palmer, a professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. Well, with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Beat Up. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
Hello everybody and a warm welcome. So we've got some colour, we've got some craft and we've got some journaling for you, and we've got the lovely Sandra. Hello.
Hello, Yannis.
Haven't worked together in ages.
No, it seems like that, doesn't it?
So word on the street today, hey,
yeah.
About to do a show and then suddenly you're whizzing off into the distance.
I know.
What happened?
I thought I'd forgot my samples.
Now here's the thing.
It's actual products, not
so so Sandra thought she'd forgot. So we always have finished samples, obviously, to demonstrate everything. So you thought you'd forgot your finished samples. You're whizzing back. You're gonna meet your other half halfway, and then what do you discover?
Well, somebody pulled out in front of me.
Yeah.
And so I braked a bit, and then as I braked, everything slid from under the seat.
Oh no! Well,
sorry.
Hey, it could have been worse. You could have got all the way back.
Well,
and
absolutely, and then so
okay,
never mind. It's all sorted.
Chalk that down to a win.
Yeah, take that one off.
Talking here, we've got some beautiful designs. We've got it in A4 form. We have got a smaller version. We're approaching a quarter